tell you.
Oh, there we go. It's broadcasting. Now, question. Oh, YouTube's got it. So I've got to figure out now how to get video into this device because even though the other one's not working, the microphone interface is able to stream directly to YouTube. So I need to find a HDMI cable and we will be good to go. So I'm going to patch it because I don't want to put the camera straight into it until I've learned how to use the darn thing. This is an HDMI cable that goes to and from where? Where are you going? That's USB. That's Type C into a capture card. That actually would work. I do Type C into a capture card because it does have a USB-C input as well. So let me steal this HDMI to USB-C, and we will get a video going. Okay. What a pain this has been trying to get online. Alright, so we'll do HDMI out of the Mac. Yep, that side. Okay, and then we'll do USB-C into the Rode.
I call today a huge success. I just went to YouTube. I came back. I'm still coast. X has been clear as a bell. I'm declaring today a huge success.
Alright, I put it in as video, and camera 1 is, I guess I gotta also not just have video, I gotta tell it what to put in the video. So let's go over to settings. Settings is here. Settings wasn't even open. It was open a minute ago. I don't know how that crashed out. So we're gonna do display, and we're gonna add one.
They just installed a dozen self-serve, let me correct 8 self-serve kayaks. I helped install it, 2 weeks ago Thursday.
Yeah.
There's almost no directions saying you need to use your camera and go to the QR code, download the app, and then pay through the app, and everything's done. They're looking for some salesperson or some helpful person to come.
Like a booth? All right, so now I need to...
Yeah, and it ain't there. This is strictly get out your camera, zap the QR code, and
right.
It'll take your money, and you open up the little locker, and you take it out, and the vest and the paddles are right there, but it's so brand new, and I've seen them before. My girlfriend uses them.
Yeah. Do I have a display limit on the Mac? I've got 4. I should be able to do 5 or 6 with the Mac Pro, right? Maybe that connection isn't recognized. Let's try it over here instead. Come on now. Don't mess with me.
Ooh, that's a sweet one. It's not the biggest, but it's far from the smallest.
All right.
It's got like a cigarette hull type design, white, so goldish bottom.
It doesn't have this display either. So I'm going to find out where the other end of this HDMI cable goes and just do a straight HDMI to HDMI. I lost the cable. Where you at?
And there's another golf cart.
Oh wow, it goes to my monitor. Get over there. Okay. And which way is the easiest?
I'm watching an advert for the bike on it just said it now on YouTube. The bike you just bought has seen an advert for it.
Hey, we think this would be a good choice for you. You'll enjoy this thing that you just bought. That's how we know you like it, because we know you bought it. How would you like another one? Alright, so we'll do HDMI 1. HDMI 1, okay. And then we'll route this cable under the camera and under the iPad. And we'll place that camera link that I stole from the camera. And we'll put it here. And then we'll put that into the Mac. Okay. There you go. And everything's all blinky flashy, blinkety flashity. It's doing something. I don't know what it's doing. I don't like that it's doing stuff that I can't see. So we'll arrange these displays.
Oh, what do we have here?
Something you probably
we have.
Something you probably should see.
We have Oh, we see some graphics. We got to say, oh yeah, look at that.
Okay, so I don't know what this thing has done to me, but it's not doing what it should be doing. But at least we know it's working. Right, so we've got the MacBook. So the road is not the main. I don't know why you would. Why the heck would you do that? I plug something in and you think it's the main. That's just stupid. All right, this is the main. Nobody asked for your help. Uh, okay. Oh wait, it worked well. Look at this. All right, so now we need to get a copy of this display to you guys. So we're gonna do a new projector output, and we'll drag this over wherever it thinks that thing is. So where is it? It's not there. Is it over here? Oh, it's over here. Okay, and then we'll make it. Is there a full screen? There is a full screen, but I don't know how to.
Oh yes, yes, we're getting there.
But I was full screen on the wrong screen. Okay. Oh, I see. Full screen display 1, display 2. I don't want that. I want it full screen display 4? 4. No, not 4. Where is it now? I've lost it. Alright, we're going to make a projector. Projector. Create output projector. So it's not 4. What number is this? See, on Windows, I can just push what display are you? And they'll all number themselves. 5. I think it's 3, because it's the only one that's perfectly HD. Yes. Okay. So you guys are on display 3. And what am I looking at here? Okay, that works for me. I can just
Hey, there you are.
I can just put this out here so I can see what you guys see. It works for me. Hooked on Phonics works for
I
me.
see you on YouTube.
You do. All right. So now
I see you on YouTube.
I'm gonna make this bigger. Make this. Oh, right there. Okay. And now that I made it bigger, the next question is how do I get the graphics over there to you? But I've got a way to do that. So let's do. First, let's fix this. I got this little thing on the edge. So, good afternoon, good evening, and good day. Good morning to those of you on the West Coast. For anyone who's wondering what's going on, this that you're seeing here is my microphone interface. Yes, it's got video. And our streaming service, both on the web and on their direct desktop software, has totally fallen down and is pushing the fallen I can't get up button. However, I kept saying, oh, I'll learn how to use this, I'll figure out what to do, blah, 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 this is going to happen. And now I'm forced to at the last minute. So rather than learning and knowing how to use this stuff, we were just thrown into the wolves. So I've got that same streaming software up, but it's just not doing anything except providing us a bunch of videos and routing. Not that what we're using can't do that, but that was just a bridge too far on stuff to learn. So I already knew how to work the audio, which we've got, and we should have our X stream going as well, because it was already doing that. And all that's really new is the video and the streaming out to YouTube only. It doesn't do multi-stream that I know of. They had an update recently, and I'll see if that update includes multi-stream. Then we can cut out the middleman for a lot of stuff. But in the meantime, what I want to do is I want to fix this little jaggedy edge that you guys see here. And then we're going to...
And in keeping with the show's theme, always look at the bright side of life, we switched the genre, which is also in your profile, to a beautiful waterfront outdoors theme this afternoon.
Okay. All right, so that is working now. And now I need to turn on the smart switcher because the next thing you see would be a mess otherwise. Alright, so studio mode, perfect. And then I want to click on, not let's collab mode, I want to do, I want to change whole views entirely. So we want to do presentation view. And that did not work. So I want to copy this device. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh no, that's not cool. I thought they saw this device, but they see the my audio HDMI input. So I want to come back here to main view, camera, copy, presentation view, paste. All right. Delete that one. I said delete that one from the presentation view. Alright, that's the new one. You guys aren't seeing what I'm looking at because I did that on purpose. Looking for the one called not window capture, but video. Oh, it doesn't have the microphone on it either, does it? No, it does, because I didn't rename the microphone on this new one yet. That one I want to delete. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so now we can transition. It won't look any different to you guys, except that the title will get smaller. All right, we've transitioned. Now we need to move me out of the way. So we'll find face cam, and we will use arrow keys. We could use the arrow keys, but we won't. Oh, we can't, but it's a pixel at a time. I don't want a pixel at a time. We're gonna drag us with the mouse. Yeah, okay. And now I need to get a link, because like I was saying that you guys didn't hear, I did get a couple of things in the notebook, and then there's a bunch of stuff that should be in the notebook but I didn't read yet, so we'll react to that. So let's go on over to oh, it kicked Highlander out when he changed views again, so let's pop him up there. And now, oh, I didn't take my medication today, and I just had all that sugar peanut butter jelly sandwich that she gave me. Okay, there we go. Next, we're going to, like I said, we're going to go to the notebook, and we're going to load up an article. This one we touched on. Copy, paste, and go. So I want to share an article. Window capture, yes. Which window are we capturing? Very good question. We're going to capture one that says Tom's Harbor on it, not the dock. So that also means we'll have sound, just by virtue of the fact that this device is my sound card. We don't want to capture a dock. We don't want window number. We want, they're all Windows Server slash. Oh, at least I can preview them before they come online. Menu bar, more menu bars, status indicators. Oh, you know what? Is that Mac garbage? So we're gonna need to come into, hopefully I don't gotta restart the, well, it doesn't matter because this program is not the one doing the stream. Ha! We need to give it permission to view other windows in Mac privacy. Because Tim Apple knows better than I do as a Windows, Microsoft, computer security professional. Linux, all that stuff. I know what I'm doing. I don't want his help. It's not that I don't want any help. I just don't want him to tell me what I'm doing because I have an idea what I'm attempting to do. We're going to go to privacy and security. And then we're going to re-grant the daggum software permissions over looking at other windows. You know what, though? I've only got one HDMI going, though. I was going to say I could just give another whole display to our input, but I'm trying to get fancy on a piece of hardware. I just figured out how to put the video on, so let's not do that. It's a great way to have a sideways afternoon go really sideways. App management, accessibility, calendars, files, full disk, passkeys. Let's try accessibility.
Are all of the cooling issues on your equipment been settled?
The only cooling issues I had was the building itself, and yeah, that's been settled.
Awesome.
Okay, so Streamlabs is allowed. And let's go back. And then let's go to app management. Those are okay. Automation. It's not really that, but whatever. It's not Bluetooth. Camera. It's kind of a camera. Everything that should have a camera has a camera checked. It's not a developer tool. I don't want them touching my focus. I say that, but it also stops pop-ups from happening. Microphone. They better have microphone. It's a streaming software. Okay. See, that's not one of the ones that they change every month. It's probably a setting to turn that off. I haven't had to go looking for it because it had annoyed the mess out of me yet. Oh, there we go. Screen recording. And it's off. Oh, you guys are so helpful. I fingerprint. I've always wanted some nanny. I gotta quit and reopen it. I've always wanted some nanny to tell me what to do. And while we're in it, we'll need to tell it to allow the VM to do it as well. And sure, quit and reopen the VM as well. Then audio recording only will be the Stunner software. All right, and so now we need another projector. Create a output projector, and then we'll full screen this on what we learned is number 3. You're about to share your screen. When you click share screen, do you know what this means? People will be able to share your screen and look at it. Oh, really? I had no idea. All right, but it's not. I don't see it on there for you guys, even though it says it's running. Let's create another output projector. Oh, it's working now. Okay. So I don't even need to mess with that. What I need is a scene builder, and the scene builder can see what you guys see. And for some reason, it's not seeing what I told it to be looking at. What does that mean? I don't know what that means because oh wait, no, that is working. Yeah, oh no, it's gone. So the projector, I shouldn't have hit escape is what my problem was. Projector, output projector, screen 3, full display. And there it is. Perfect. And it is a nice little transition. That's kind of cool. So now we need to figure out which window I want to show with you guys, because they were trying to be helpful, and they were not. All right, so now we're going to come on over here to window capture. We're going to capture, not the menu bar, but we're going to capture, hey, look at that. What's the title on this? It's Samsung. Gotta find the one called Samsung. That is one I need to look at though. You don't even belong on that screen. Why are you on this screen? Nobody told you guys to shuffle around. Alright, back to you guys. Menu bar, edge. New tab. User's guide. Yeah, I could use the user's guide right now. There we go. This is the one, and it is too big for the window, which is fine by me. Done. And oh wow, I'm over top of it. I feel like a professional streamer now. Look at this. All right, so, and I don't need to see myself all the time, so this actually could work out nicely if I could figure out a few more things. So let's, I don't even need to make the text bigger. I can see it just fine, but I do need it so you guys can see more than just a corner of it. So how are we going to adjust this thing? Okay, and then the audio, like I said, is coming through my audio interface. And so scale, I assume we'll scale this thing. Oh, you know what? I wonder if we're still in HD mode. We can't be in HD mode for this, or 4K mode. We have to be in HD mode. So that will change things as well. I say that, but since we're using this, it doesn't matter that we're 4K or HD, because the HDMI output is going to be the right size anyway. So let's not mess with that. Let's just change this. Transform. Let's fit the screen. Look at that. All right, but now I'm in front of it. Do I want to move? Do I want to move? Why not? Why not move me? Let's do that. All right, and then there. Okay, okay. We're making progress. But it's only to YouTube. So I'll have to get, whenever they get their stuff together, I can still use their multi-stream service, and then that will allow it to stream from this to everywhere, which is nice. Okay. Okay. So, the next thing I want is another output projector. But do I really want to do that? Or do I want to just put you guys in the corner where I can see you? Okay. But that doesn't mean that I can see the X and YouTube chats at all. That's way over there. I think this is a matter of arranging the windows so they make sense for something like this. That's just a lot of logistics. I can handle that. And then we can do other stuff with the video once I learn how to use this thing, and I'm not ready to mess with that yet, so. I think that we've gone to another level here thanks to people breaking stuff. Except that we are missing X video, Facebook video, LinkedIn video, and Twitch. But that can be worked as well. But we've got X spaces on the side. Side being, the audio channel, and then we've got the YouTube video, which are the only two that we really were initially working. So let's look at this article. And is it big enough on your screen? I think it's plenty. So Samsung has inked a $16.5 billion Tesla AI chip deal. Elon Musk says Samsung will produce the new A16 chips. I think that somebody got the quote wrong. This is A16, but it should be AI6 chips. Yes. The strategic importance of this is hard to overstate, and it's a huge win for Samsung. We learned about this initially with the AI Day, the very first one, and so it looks like this is just finally happening. And I'm excited. We had a whole show on it on the Tesla Live show, so I'm not going to really pile on much here. I put it on my notebook before we started talking about it, so check that one out. And let's go to the next item in our notebook. It only has 3, which is better than the last couple weeks. And like I said, I've got a bunch pending, so I'll have to figure out what I did. Because I thought I'd have more time, but the baby disagreed. So this one is about eco-friendly 3D printed 3D houses that use soil, not cement. And the building still scores top earthquake resistance ratings. And over here on the chat, we've got Exotic Geeks. Exotic Geeks says, hello! Hello, Exotic Geeks. Like I said, I'm going to move this window closer to my line of sight so I know what's going on. And if you can turn the volume up, I have the volume on my speaker Bluetooth on my... Okay, yeah, actually I can adjust the audio. Stand by. Hopefully I don't blow anybody's ears out. I'm at not Unity. I'm at... let's see if I speak into the microphone. And if I get excited, does it go like this? Okay, sorry for anybody who's listening to that. I want to make sure I didn't clip. There should be a boost. I want to boost microphone number 1. Let's push it to the top of the range there. I can go all the way up, but that sounds a little bit echoey and tinny in my ear, but that's probably exactly what the room sounds like. I've got one audio panel behind you guys, and I'm talking into a glass camera teleprompter thing, so it probably does sound that echoey. But we've got something for that. We've got affix nodes. Input type is NT1, that's correct. It's a tad bit better. It's an NTG1, not an NT1. I don't see a microphone that old on their interface. Okay, but as I get louder, it gets into the yellow. So that actually probably should be correct. Let's try to go to 35 gain and see if I don't... but now you hear my servers in the background. It's trying to mute them out. Let's go back down to 30 because nobody wants to hear that server. Sparkle, punch, and depth. Let's go to advanced, I guess. It's deactivated. Activate it. Got a frequency, got a slope. De-esser's on. Got a threshold. So de-esser that's pretty good. Okay. And switch to earbuds. Hold on. Okay. Noise gate, compressor, 3-band equalizer. Well, there's nothing to pan. It's a mono microphone. Exciter. Oh, so with that, if I knew what I was doing, I could filter out the fans. I don't know what I'm doing. So, let's turn off advanced mode. Parameters will be reset, that's fine. The regular one is on. So, P48, oh, Phantom 48 volt power, yes, I need that because it's a Phantom power microphone. It's a Rode NTG1. I've had it for about 20 years now, and it's really nice. I really like it. Let's close this. And alright, so I see the program monitor, and the program monitor is the same thing that's going out to the HDMI. I think this is... I don't know what we'll be doing next week, but I really like this interface now that I've finally turned it on. And there's nothing on the other buttons, but I've got like 20 of them that I can push to do stuff. And then there's still software too. So is there an advertisement behind me? No, there's not. That's fine. So this one was one I wanted to talk about. So the 3D printed houses aren't particularly a new thing. However, what's new about this one is it's using soil instead of cement. And it looks pretty darn nice. And they got the solar on top. I like that. This Japanese company, LibWork, has outlined their 3D house building technology, which uses primary constituents being soil. And the construction, they use machine translation. The construction uses a massive 3D printing assembly, rather like the ones we've seen before. Like I said, nothing new, for building coffee shops, bus stops, and so on. However, instead of relying on cement, they're using soil, patent pending. Okay. But using local soil, assuming that you've got it, means that you're not going to be having to transport all of that. It also means that you're not paying for fuel, you're not putting out that pollution, or using that amount of electrical charge. I guess we can do a snip of this, and yeah, we'd have to mute the audio because you guys will hear it, because I hear it. So, here. Is 30 minutes for real? No, it's not. It's 2 minutes, so we'll be able to zoom around it as soon as my connection to YouTube Japan gets connected. There we go. That is beautiful. I think it looks like it's had more craft done to it than the other 3D houses that we've seen demonstrated, at least from the outside. The inside, I bet you they did that thing where, we wanted it to look rough, and you can see the process, and so they leave it as is, so you can see it. Hey, look, Slimy's here. She's got her hands up. Go ahead. What's up?
Apparently, from what I've seen, that they expanded the Austin, Texas robotaxi service area again.
Oh, yeah. Does it still look like a shape that's a little juvenile, or? I'm guessing it grew.
Yeah. But do we really think Elon would get rid of the shape?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, he made his joke.
No, he's probably going to keep this for a while.
For a while, until it gets to be just ridiculous. Like, why is there just a line with a blob at the end? Okay. But, this house is beautiful.
And apparently, they're saying that we have the Bay Area robotaxi service as well.
Yeah, and there's controversy on that one because people are like, oh, but there's safety drivers. But what happened with that one is that they went ahead and they used the permits that they already have. And because they've done that, you have to use it the way that you're already permitted. So you don't have to touch the wheel. It's really the same as FSD supervised right now, yes. But they can then attach the ride hailing to it. But the license says there has to be somebody in the driver's seat. So that's why basically you've got Tesla running Uber with a Tesla driver in California versus the robotaxi with somebody holding the door exit button in Austin. In both cases, as they get
also Elon's not really focused on Tesla or robotaxi at the moment. I don't think.
What's he working on now? More politics?
No, it's XAI.
Oh, okay.
From his AI company, all the companions now have their own X account, and you can DM them openly. And then he has the image generate, or the Imagine, which will be on Vine, he says.
Okay.
And apparently they found in Robert's case, from what he was talking about in the past, they found they found the old data from Vine, and they're getting it back so you can see all your old videos and stuff that you posted on there.
That's nice.
I hope they can get my mum's videos back, because I didn't have her profile with all the videos that she uploaded.
Oh, that would be sweet for you.
Yeah.
I can see here him having to pick and choose, because if everything goes the way he says it will, having Optimus, Robotaxi, AI, they're all very related, and they're all hard problems to solve. So I could see why his attention would be, rather than kind of split, but go here to here to here to here. Some of the solutions will work across disciplines. Like Optimus in the car, not only do they have the same chip, they have a lot of the same problems. And as far as the AI working your way to to an AGI, artificial general intelligence, you're going to be able to use some of that perception in the Optimus and in the cars as well. So it's not a
I can't wait
bad
for the
choice.
end of this year.
Uh,
I can't wait for the end of this year because we'll be having Tesla Roadster demo.
will we?
That's what they've both said. Lars and Elon both said at the end of this year is when the Tesla Roadster public demo is.
I'm not going to hold my breath,
But again,
I am excited for that.
Elon time exists. So
Yeah. But the rest of the stuff he's
we don't
working
know a
on
date.
now is plenty exciting, and we will see stuff by the end of the year with that as well. So this will still be exciting. Let's go to So this mud house, it's literally a mud house. I like it. This demo is pretty, and let's wait into the comments. We probably shouldn't. Numerous YouTube videos provide evidence that it's possible to polish dirt. Yes, it's true. Whether this technique could be used in the finishing of your 3D printed soil house, marble effect. Oh, that'd be cool actually, to make it look like marble. But this company and the last company to share off a 3D printed house, they wanted the inside to look rough on purpose. That wasn't a bad look on this one. It wasn't a great look, but it wasn't terrible on the other one. The one they've sold for a massive amount of money. So back towards mud huts. And if I've got visitors. Hello, Nagato. Did you take a bath? You're in a completely different outfit. Yeah, hi, baby. Good smile.
Where are you, Mom? Where I am?
Oh, I have your toy?
Mommy,
Oh, Mommy made you a bow. That's a beautiful bow.
are you?
Hi, Maruko.
Mommy,
Take it over the show.
where are you? Mommy, where are you?
Uh-huh.
Mommy, where are you? Mommy, where are you? Mommy, where are you?
How are you doing, little one?
Mommy, where are you?
Did you eat lunch? I see it on your face. You ate lunch? What was in your lunch? Was it carrots? Did you have carrots? You've seen the screen before. Yeah, you haven't seen that software before, though. You're right. It is new software. Yeah, and you've never seen that without the cover on it, because I didn't need the cover off to do audio. Yeah, you're right. Good afternoon. Look at that smile. Hey, baby. Oh. Your motor controls are increasing. Yeah. Better refinement. Is version 6? Version 6. Yeah. You know, unless you're blind, it's not really polite to be touching people's faces like that. For blind people, it's how they see. Ah, yeah. Thank you. Ah. Ah. Kiss, kiss. Are you trying to get food out of my mouth? I smell like food. But I already swallowed the food, so it's down there. It's gone. Yeah, you can't get it back. What are we doing? What game is this? Don't eat your forehead. What are you, a dentist? You look hungry. You're drooling. I got this for you. Yeah. Okay, what are we going to look at next? we looked at these 3D printed mud houses. Well, they weren't mud, they were soil. But they became mud, because that's how you liquefy them and put them in the nozzle. So, the third item we've got is from New Atlas. I'm going to copy this link. You want this?
I wonder if it was a clay-based soil.
It appeared to be in the pictures they kept showing, but it'd probably be whatever they have in Japan, because that's where it was. Alright, so we're going to paste and go to this one. And we've got... this one was kind of neat. An ultra-thin sound blocking material that effectively dampens traffic noise. And what's kind of neat about this one was the ultra-thinness, of course, and they said if you live near a noisy urban area, you gotta love the sound of this. Researchers in Switzerland have developed a material that can dampen the street noise while being 4 times thinner than similar performing absorbers used in construction. And less atoms means sometimes, as long as you're not using exotic materials, means lower cost. And it definitely means less cost to transport, less pollution and fuel used for doing said transport. Material from the Acoustics Noise Reduction Lab in the Swiss Federal Laboratories for Materials Science and Technologies, which abbreviates themselves as EMPA, Institute for Dubendorf, doesn't yet have a name. No, I don't want to switch audio devices. I'm quite happy with the audio device I have. And beyond its ultra-thin profile, you have a neat trick up its sleeve that can be tuned to specific frequency ranges. And so you're going to see later in their demo, they tuned it for the traffic around a particular building with a particularly weird corridor leading into it. So, right here. So this corridor faces the traffic, and so they were able to tune it to help reduce the noise in traffic by a very large number of dBs. Let's see what they said. Despite the thickness, it creates the impression of a much thicker absorber for the sound waves. And it was fitting a 2.1 inch or 5.5 centimeter thick panels to cover about 130 square feet of a driveway in Zurich, where one end opens out to the public street and the other opens into a courtyard. So the panels have reduced traffic noise by 4 decibels, and it was particularly effective at dampening the sound of cars approaching or leaving the driveway. 4 doesn't sound like much, but for a new novel material that's ultra thin, yes. Although I was thinking it was something like 14 or 40 in my memory. Yes, baby. Want the monkey? Here's the monkey. No, you don't want the monkey? Want the snake? The horse? The giraffe? Here's the giraffe. Star? Here's the star. Don't squeeze the star. We don't want music. How about the elephant? Big blue nose. Yeah. How about the rings? See what the rings? Yeah, you want a ring? Here's a ring. Alright. Here. There you go. Alright, turn the screen back on so I can see. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so look how thin that is. Alright, now I'm curious about the comments, because there were no comments when I put it in the notebook. I need to sign in to comment. I don't want to... There, oh, okay, there we go. I don't want to make a new one. How much does this cost? 4 decibels is nothing. Well, it doesn't cost anything yet, because it's still experimental, if you will. I think it's a good word for it. Prototypical. Does it damp traffic profile? Or does it damp traffic noise, or does it moisten traffic noise? Do fireplaces have dampers or dampeners? So this person is making a joke about the quality of editing that happened, and that there was a missed word. Mm. So, 4 decibels, again, isn't nothing, and it'll be interesting to see where they go with it. Oh, excuse me. Would you upload a noise profile for them to make you a custom solution, or are they just going to say, hey, this is for traffic, this is for studios, this is for schools, and then just have preset mixes that you can spray on or receive as panels? That sort of thing will determine your price as far as your expense, which will determine your how much they're going to look for profit and everything. Because right now this is just the National Laboratory in Switzerland, so we're a long way to go, but I thought it was pretty neat. So now I need to go over here and find, excuse me, if it works the way I think it will, I should be able to get these items that I pulled up but didn't use from the PC. If it doesn't, I'll have to pick up my phone and do it, but that's also fine, I suppose. Okay, so we'll go to, my eyes are watering. We'll go to history, I suppose. Recent tabs. No, devices. There we go. This will work, but I've got a lot of tabs. Oh, I got a lot of tabs. Einstein's warp dream. Aircraft to reinvent flight. This one could be like an EV plane or something. Let's take a look at that. Oh no, this is hydrogen. Yes, it is. Now, like I keep telling you, I don't think hydrogen is actually the solution to much of anything on ground transportation. I don't know where we stand with it on air transportation. So let's take a look. And like I said, this was a candidate for the notebook, but I didn't read it. So let's find out. Yeah, I know it's hydrogen. All right, so it's Eco News is reporting that text is small. If it's small for me, then it is definitely small for you all. So let's give it a. Excuse me. I'm giving it the key command for make it bigger, but it is not. So what if we do zoom in? Yes? Zoom. Is that full screen? I don't want full screen. It is full screen. I don't want full screen. Although, it doesn't look half bad. Let's get out of full screen, please. Alright, so escape doesn't get you out of full screen on the Mac. That or my keyboard is still just like jacked. Let's go to plus. There we go. So they got the hydrogen all underneath the plane, which should be fine on most planes, but if it's one of the crashes that we've had this year, that will add to the problem. An invisible, colorless, odorless flame interacting with stuff that can catch fire, right? So, let's see. American Airlines has just unveiled an exciting project to reinvent flights. Really? That much. As it begins with their initial deal of purchasing 100 hydrogen electric engines from startup Zero Avia. American Airlines is set to reimagine travel by reworking the airline industry's ideas of emissions and fuel choice. Perhaps aviation will no longer be classified by jet fuel, but by a cleaner fuel source. Partnership between American Airlines and Zero Avia may signify the start of hydrogen-powered flights. Hopefully, it is way better than whatever Toyota had going on with the Mirai and Hyundai did with all of their hydrogen cars, and Honda with the Clarities and FCXs and so forth. There's a better chance this could work in that you're not going in places at random. You have set routes, and you still have the very real problem of that it's not actually efficient at all, no matter how you measure it. You do have the bonus of possibly being cleaner than jet fuel. So if it's cleaner than jet fuel, I can't begrudge them of this, because we are on the edge of the right power density, energy density to have electric airplanes, electric commercial liners. I mean, we have electric airplanes already, and we have electric puddle jumpers and stuff. We've already discussed these numerous times. But what we don't have is commercial liners, and if this is a way to get them there, it's not commercial at all, but if it reduces their pollution or reduces their resource usage, okay. But if it's 150% increase in pollution somewhere else, then it's not the way to go. And from what we've seen in the past, the hydrogen solutions for combustion are way worse than the hydrogen fuel cells, which are already pretty pathetic as far as the fuel consumption compared to just using a battery is concerned. And again, we are on the edge of the battery capacity, battery density that we need for this to work. So just give it 2 more years, and I don't think this will actually last either if they continue with the battery improvements, and then we get the commercially produced batteries being at the density that we need for workable commercial flight. It's just, so they got 2 years to make this thing work. Good luck, American Airlines. Good luck, Avio. What do they call themselves? Zero Avia. Yeah, Zero Avia. If you want to grab it, you gotta use your hands. Your feet aren't very good at grabbing stuff. I promise. Okay. I'm curious what the comments will be on this one, if they have comments. They don't. So like I said, that was something that was a candidate for the notebook, and it was kind of cool. We'll see what becomes of it, because thus far, hydrogen has been a big old scam. Not necessarily that everybody in it has been scamming people, but that the numbers just don't work out compared to all of your other possibilities. Right, so does that remove it from there? Because I'd like it to be going from there. I don't think it does. No, but it gets an icon now, so at least I'll know that we've visited it. Physicists blow up gold with giant lasers and accidentally disproved a renowned part of physics model. That could be interesting, but I don't know it's exactly on topic here. Or if it is what they say. I don't want to waste your time with something like that until I check it out. Scientists just solved the mystery of the missing ocean plastic, and now we're all in trouble, says Science Daily. That's in our wheelhouse. Let's see if it's worth our time. Come on, computer. Paste and go. You got it. Huh? That doesn't look like a whole lot of going to me. There you go. Alright, so let's zoom this one in too. Zoom, 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 zoom. There we go. Scientists just solved the mystery of the missing ocean plastic. Now we're all in trouble. Millions of tons of plastic in the ocean aren't floating in plain sight. They're invisible. I mean, when you look at how much plastic we have that's clear, that's not entirely surprising. Scientists have now confirmed that the most abundant form of plastic in the Atlantic is in the form of nanoplastics. Smaller than a micrometer. That's not good. These particles are everywhere, in rain, rivers, and even the air. They may already be infiltrating the entire ecosystems. The only good thing about this is we found organisms that can eat these microplastics. The problem is we don't know if these organisms that eat the microplastics are problems to us, like biologically, or if they will eat the plastic that we don't, that we haven't discarded yet, like the solid plastic. You know, your car and your house and your shoes, even your clothes, because they're half plastic most of the time now too. Including the human brain. Yes, we found that as well during surgeries and dissections. We found that humans have plastic in the brain. Prevention, not cleanup, is our only hope. Well, we need both, because it's everywhere. And prevention, we could stop it. How though? This estimate shows that there is now more plastic in the form of nanoparticles floating in this part of the ocean than there is larger micro or macroplastics floating in the Atlantic, or even all of those oceans. What? You got flowers off the tree?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, don't leave them in here. They are pretty, though. I just said don't leave them in here, and I hear you rubbing your hands together. Yes? It's hot outside, baby. It's not hot at all, actually. It's 78 degrees. I need to look at the hurricane report, because it was a nasty day this morning. Hurricane.gov. Oh, wow. There have been developments. What? You sleepy? You can go to sleep. You're not wearing your headphones. They're not talking to you. So that is interesting. Kind of disheartening now that we don't believe in science anymore. Because what are we gonna do? What's wrong? How can I help you? Oh, you look so sad. Oh, she gets to go places and you don't get to go? Yeah, so I was telling you it was hot, but it's not hot at all. Are you hungry? You hungry? How can I assist you? Yeah? We started late. Yes, that's right. Are you bowing? I can bow too. His arms open. Shasta when the ball fell. You want milk? Is that what you're telling me? You want milk? You want milk? We'll ask Mommy for some milk. Okay? Mommy didn't bring you with milk. She just brought you with a toy. It's okay. I understand. You want me to ask her for you? I'll ask her for milk for you. Yeah, milk. I need 2 hands though, because I need to be able to type. Yeah, I need to type a message to her. Tell her you want milk. Okay? Look. Yes, milk. Yes, milk. I know. Alright, look. Who's this? Okay. Look, that's Mommy, right? This is Mommy? Okay, we'll say milk, please. Okay, I sent it. Yeah, so unless your sister has the phone, the milk is coming. I promise. Shall we get back to it? Shall we get back to it? But you had, look, there's still carrots on your face. How are you still hungry? Oh, you farted. You're sleepy. That's what you are. You're not hungry. You're sleepy. There's a difference. Yeah, just close your eyes.
Mommy, before I say we can eat pizza.
You can't eat that. It's not good for you. You don't have teeth anyway. Yeah. Can you let my ear go? I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Up. Yeah, you're okay. Yeah. Yeah. Don't eat my ears. Let it go. Let go. Oh, yes. How about that? This is much more fun to hold than my earpiece. Yeah. Well, if you want to eat it. Yeah. You want this one? This one's fun to chew. Yeah, those teeth hurt, I know. But then you'll have a full set of teeth and you'll be able to eat whatever you want. It's true. Oh, you want the rings? I don't like the idea of chewing on the hard rings, but if you do, that's on you. Here you go. Mommy's coming with the milk. I heard her. She opened the door. You're not ready for a nap, I know. You don't want a nap. You don't want that toy either. It's the end of the world, I know. You've never been so hungry in your life, even though you ate 1 hour ago. It's just never... The nerves, the treatment, oh my goodness. Who are these people? What have they done to you? They didn't let you eat for an hour after you already finished until you said you were full. Oh my, terrible people we are. Look at that. Who's that? Is that Mommy? You wanted just milk, not the whole Mommy? Well, you got the whole Mommy. She didn't bring a bottle. Get off my ears. And milk took them.
That's the one Play-Doh because I pee into it.
I don't think we ever get Play-Doh from just peeing in the toilet.
We have it. Mommy, get Play-Doh for me. Get Play-Doh for me.
Hey. You get stars for peeing in the toilet.
Hey, I want Play-Doh.
And then you get Play-Doh from the sticker store. And Mommy's throwing stuff. Breaking stuff. Okay, so next, we've got, we're not worried about hurricanes. I mean, we are, but actively. We've got, go to history. devices again. Scroll down to the last one, picture. Copper was never meant to do this. A new alloy defies physics and powers hydrogen and space tech. Another one of those ones I'll look at later because it's got fantastical claims. Fantastic claims. Angry Google Home users are reporting their devices are increasingly buggy. I believe that. Curb roasting. That is a cybersecurity article, so it's not on topic of this. API documentation. Huawei has a 3,000 kilometers solid-state EV battery. So you know how I am with the EV battery articles. They are to be taken with massive grains of salt. Why are you barking at your mom? I hear you. Should get what you wanted. Huawei's new 3,000 kilometers solid-state EV battery is the game changer we've been waiting for. All right, let's close that. Zoom in on this. There we go. Using a solid electrolyte instead of the liquid or gel electrolyte, or air in the case of the zinc air batteries. And if successful in real world use, that's why I thought we weren't anywhere close yet. This battery could solve major problems in EV adoption, like limited driving range and long charging times. The limited driving range is not really an issue except for heavy towing, and the recharge times aren't really that bad either. They could still yet be faster, but if you can go faster and use less battery to get the same 300 miles that we're up to, that's really what the kicker is. So the fact that Huawei is announcing it means it can't be too far off, because Huawei, like Samsung and Tesla and Panasonic and all these other people who make batteries, they don't want you to just sit around waiting on the perfect things. They're going to keep making their existing thing and then let you know when this one is imminent. So we'll see what applications this is good for and how it does. Andrew says, good evening. Good evening, Andrew. It's good to see you as well. As you see, we're in a completely different setup. And since it doesn't think we're live, it's not even monitoring the chat. But I think that the chat would still stream in to those boxes that I have yet to fix the sizing on. But now I have incentive to do so. Higher energy density. This one on the China's CLTC cycle gives a range of 3,000 kilometers. And the UPS on the US EPA test, that would still be 2,000 kilometers. And so that's how you know we're not going to see this as is. They're going to use it to reduce the size of the battery needed. Because unless they're trying to go back to the you fill here model, there's no use for a 2,000 kilometer charge passenger vehicle. That's not to say that we won't see it on the medium duty trucks and we won't see it on the pickup trucks that are destined for towing. But nobody's going to want to pay for that. Unless this is the same size batteries we have now and the same price batteries we have now, nobody's going to pay for a 2,000 kilometer battery on their minivan, on their passenger car that they can fill up overnight to get 400 or 500 miles easily. 500 miles is like the max that we will be seeing on personal vehicles, except for towing, and except for vehicles that need more. So those, they won't get more because they're heavier. What they'll do is they'll use that capacity so they don't need to take away their, how much it's the rocket equation. They're going to take away cargo capacity by carrying fuel. So they also don't necessarily want their full driving range. You don't necessarily want to be able to go on your full East Coast to West Coast OTR trip without ever fueling, if it's going to take away from how much of the goods you're going to be able to haul across the country, depending on how quickly it charges and how long it takes to charge. So if you can, if it weighs as much as today's batteries, and you can get across the country in it, but it takes 3 days to fill, they're going to want one shots. If it fills just as fast as today's batteries or faster, they're going to want to carry less of it and just charge once or twice along the trip. But since Huawei makes both cars and batteries, I think this is a real possibility. We need to keep an eye on this and see how it goes. So next up on notebook prospects, we've got, let's go down and see the last place we got a picture. Was this one? Spare SSD for TrueNAS Level 2 ARC. That's a me thing. Trusted certificates. China unveils game-changing moon technology that could convert the lunar soil into usable fuel and oxygen for ... This is interesting. It was definitely a candidate, so let's see what we got out of it. Because not only will this work on the moon, it will work here on Earth, and it might work on Mars. If it works on the moon, assuming you're not using helium-3 or something like that, the moon and the Earth get a little bit in common geologically. China's game-changing moon technology that converts lunar soil into usable fuel and oxygen for deep space missions. You can close the sidebar now, my friend. Thank you. We can make this bigger though. Let's go for a little. We still not doing. We're still not doing keyboard shortcuts. I'm gonna have to have a word with you about this after the show. This is the robot taking over your laundry. O2's human-like moves into the household. You're trying to beat Optimus, huh? Come on now. And we will do plus. There. In an unprecedented breakthrough, scientists in China have developed a novel technology that can convert the lunar soil into essential resources like fuel and oxygen, potentially revolutionizing future space exploration and sustaining human life on the moon. So they've got a lot of water in the soil compared to what we previously thought was in there at certain parts of the moon. There's no air there, though, so that's interesting. Remarkable leap forward. Oh, in a nutshell, here we go. China develops technology to convert lunar soil into fuel and oxygen. Okay, so fuel combined with the water that's already in there. That could be something. Uses photothermal strategies. So you're going to use solar to extract the water from the lunar soil and transform CO2 into usable resources. Where are you getting CO2 on the moon? From the soil. The carbon in the soil, possibly. I don't think so. What is the regolith made of? Not carbon. Let's ask Google. I say Google, but it's not Google at all. What is the composition of lunar regolith? The composition of lunar regolith is a complex mixture of rock fragments, individual mineral grains, and various types of glassy particles. These... I'm clicking. Why aren't you going? I'm clicking. Oh, you saw where I wanted to click. There you go. These mineral grains include plagioclast, a feldspar common in lunar islands, along with pyroxene, olivine, and limonite. I'm not hearing a lot of carbon today, unless I'm wrong, which are prevalent in the darker mare regions. The portions of these minerals vary with the underlying bedrock, basaltic compositions found in the Maria, and the anthrositic compositions in the highlands. A unique component of the lunar soil is the presence of agglutenates, microscopic glass particles formed by micrometeorite impacts. These impacts melt tiny amounts of lunar material, fusing adjacent rock and mineral fragments together into irregular shapes, often embedding metallic iron. Again, I'm still not hearing any carbon. Agglutenates can make up a large portion of lunar soil, sometimes between 60 and 70% of subsoil samples. Unlike the Earth's soil, lunar regolith is entirely devoid of organic matter. Well, if there's no organic matter, there's no carbon. And is not formed through biologic or chemical means as terrestrial soils are, but strictly through mechanical comminution from meteoroids and interaction with lunar soil, and interaction with the solar wind and other energetic particles. Lunar regolith forms over billions of years through a process of comminution, the mechanical breakdown of rocks and materials into smaller particles. The pulverization is caused by continuous bombardment of meteoroids and micrometeorites impacting the lunar surface. Where are they getting the carbon for CO2? Hit this up here, let's see. I've made it mad, it's not going anywhere now. I've completely broken it. Let's close that tab. And that one too. This is making me mad. And that one was a scam. Alright, so now we need to do... Let's just see what these people claim. Magic soil. Utilize the moon's natural resources effectively. They don't have much. Fuels and oxygen for the astronauts. Lunar soil does not have uniform composition. Yeah, that's for sure. 9 comments. I'm curious. Wow, if this works, it could totally change how we approach the space missions. How long do you think before we'll see this in actual missions? Impressive, skeptical about how it will handle the inconsistent lunar soil composition. Yes. Thank you. This technology be used in other countries or is it exclusive to China? Well, depends on if they give us enough of a hint as to what they're doing. Sounds like science fiction is becoming reality. What are the environmental impacts of using lunar soil like this? These are humans. Do we care? Especially in a place that we haven't found any life yet. We're going to strip mine the place. Wow, you just published nothing. Not even a gross explanation of how it works. You just hope for clickbaits. Oh, that name. So, as I said, it was a candidate for the notebook, but it wasn't necessarily, like, it would not have passed had I sat there and actually read it. Let's go to the next one. History. Devices. Go down into the article, logo, there we go. 11 port monster and KVM 8K. Xeon 6 system on chip. Kioxia, that will be important to me later. Kioxia is what used to be the Intel SSD division. Open source. X-ray view. That one should be closed. I finished with that one. It was about the Anchor battery recalls. SSD, NAND for NAS. Millimeter wave radar. Antenna boards. Malware. Processors, 30 terabyte hard drives. Hosted apps. Home assistant. Sweetener. Common sweetener could damage the brain. This is not really on topic. Human programmer beats OpenAI's AI in 10-hour marathon. Interesting. Notebook tools. That could be important for us directly as the show because we use notebooks. PCB references. Offline servers. SpaceX rocket debris over Hawaii's public waters. By The Guardian. What's this about? Oh, so this person, it is on topic-ish. We talk about the the Starship. This person seems to be claiming that they think the Starship's going to blow up on its next run. And it could. But I'm sure that's not the plan, otherwise they wouldn't do this. Inside Elon Musk's plan to rain debris over Hawaii's pristine waters. So for this to be the case, it would have to be... Anders says, ask Google or use Grok. Yeah, absolutely. And also, congratulations on Anders for 42 months of channel membership. I thank you for that. We've been on a long journey together. 42 months. Wow. You know what? Let's after this, let's do ask one of the assistants about what's going on there. Texas has long been under the threat from launches and explosions of space under threat. They have permits for all of them, and they do keep out zones and everything. Like this, is this purporting to be an article, or is it purporting to be a column, an opinion piece? Dara Kerr. It's not news directly. They haven't blown up all of them. I think the reason this one was a candidate was I had planned to kind of see what they were saying and kind of pick at it. But they're so aggressive and they're just biased. But so yeah, that was this was originally something they promised us a while ago, and it looks like yeah, we've been doing them in the Indian Ocean for a while, and then off the coast of Hawaii was supposed to be by Flight 9 or so, if the other flights had been 100% successful as far as in like all of the goals, not just, you know, this is a data finding mission, let's see how far we go. Like, oh shoot, there's an overpressure again. Oh my goodness, there's another overpressure. So the only reason to go somewhere other than the Indian Ocean this time is not having to reuse the same flight plans like they had to before, and perhaps it's cheaper to be able to get it there and get the equipment back to analyze should it not go well. They got a lot of diversion zones. Look at that. They got one right up there under India. They got this one in the Indian Ocean that they've been using. They've got this one over here off Australia. And two large ones on the other sides of Hawaii. And then this one down here. I think this one is where we currently like deorbit all the satellites and old space stations and stuff. Kind of right in there. When we're able to do it by choice, anyway. I need to clean the glass on this. Ugh. Lots of little baby milk spit up on the screen there. You guys don't see it, seeing me. New splashdown site for Starship rockets near Hawaii. Sonic booms, oil spills, and damaged bird's nests. Again, all the environmental reviews they have to go through. I don't think they're going to intentionally threaten bird's nests. Although, this guy did fire a lot of people, so I'll have to look further into that before I say that for sure. Alright, so this is long, and I will look at it later. Like I said, it was a candidate, and my plan was to read it and have picked it apart, but we'll have to do that later. Oh, we were going to look up how much carbon is in the lunar soil. Does not contain significant amounts of carbon. Well, there we go. Yes. When I saw the reference to not having much organic compounds, I wasn't thinking life. I was thinking carbonic compounds. So that was a good hunch. Sounds like she dropped her lunch, or at least the fork, and got upset about dropping the fork. It's a real cry, but not I've heard myself cry. What's next? She wants more of something. Read a schedule snapshot of the VM. Go ahead, do it. I don't care. I'm not using the VM right now. Alright, Streamlabs says they're up. But we've already started our show. And, well, they weren't working before. Alright, so then... And it could just be me in my account, but I've submitted a ticket in that event. So if you see me doing a test stream, it'll be me working with them before we do the Tesla Live show next. Reports indicate there are no problems. I don't believe that. Not in the least little bit. I was looking for their status page where they tell you what's going on. I'm sure they've got one, but it's not obvious. Testing, private, clarity. Do they have a general?
I should mute my TV. I'm probably gonna put down below. My dad just sent me our Tesla referral code.
Okay, cool. Congrats.
That well, okay. This is annoying. My TV is still really loud.
Yeah.
There we go.
Somebody used mine, and that was nice because it paid for my last service trip.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, it benefits both sides.
It does.
The people who use the code to buy and the people who have the code. We both get benefits of it. I'm like, hey, Dad, I'm going to post this because it benefits us if I do.
Exactly.
He's like, okay.
Yeah. I like those kinds of referrals where both people get something. And with Tesla, it changes all the time, so I've stopped like saying what it is. I'm like, you get something and I get something. Whatever the flavor of the month is.
Whatever Elon wants.
Right?
Because
I heard an interview from the guy who invented the current version of the referral program, the one after Kim Java got all her free cars.
The free roaster that no one's
Not just that one, but like all the other current ones, like where they weren't just giving out bags and chargers and kids' toys, and it was quite informative, and I appreciated his work. I don't think he's with the company anymore, otherwise he probably wouldn't have been able to talk. But they seem to have been running it on his plan though, so that's pretty good. Intel announces it's shutting down Clear Linux. Amazon warns 220 million customers of Prime account attacks. So that one isn't on brand, on topic, but I guess it's kind of like a recall. Basically, they're just telling you to watch out for phishing scams and to let you know that they're not going to contact you in most of the ways that these people are reaching out and stealing your contacts for. Excuse me. NVIDIA chips become the first GPUs to fail rowhammer bit flip attacks. Sorry, the text is too small for me to see if that's fail or fall. Oh no, it is fall. To fall to rowhammer bit flip attacks. That's not good. High Point Raid, RFK Jr. and psychedelic therapy. He just told us not to listen to him because he's not a doctor and he's full of conspiracy theories. I do like the idea of taking some of the chemicals out of food if they're not actually good, but he didn't understand the chemical composition of vitamin B, so again, I will defer to actual doctors before I defer to RFK Jr. 3 settings I changed on a new monitor. I usually get monitors I can't really change much on. Where did you do with I had a list. Nobody asked to close it. I was working it. 3 settings, change the monitor, politics, NVIDIA CEO. If I were a student today, I would study this field. All right, Jensen. I'm not a student today in that regard, but I'll see what you are suggesting. NixOS, 5 things with PCs, HDMI port. Well, you guys are one of the things on my HDMI port because I strung together a broadcast after my software wouldn't work. Thanks to the Roadcaster. The Roadcaster saved it. I hear visitors. What's up? What's going on?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti?
Yeah.
Looks like Play-Doh.
No, no, spaghetti. Very good.
You tricked mommy into giving you Play-Doh for peeing in so that you definitely don't get stickers for that
No, I have.
because Play-Doh comes from the sticker store.
I have
One more what?
one more. Yeah.
Okay, but she doesn't get a prize for every time she goes pee. She gets stickers for going pee.
And she cried, made me crazy. And that one cry made me crazy.
She gets a slap bracelet if she wants, but not now. You give her the toy.
And she have kitchen, but she don't have anything to play with. No kitchen. She cook food.
Because she keeps drying the Play-Doh out.
It's a kid.
That's what the cover's for. Taking advantage of the fact that I'm here and that I probably won't get up unless it's serious. Okay, back to we were looking for topics that were candidates for the notebook. Netflix uses generative AI in a show, and they liked it. Fans, like blowing air fans, sleeping pills. Could reduce Alzheimer's protein buildup. That context needed. Citation needed. Windows 11. Self-hosted projects, AI, USB32, notebooks, more notebooks. 3D printable direct drive actuators could cost as little as $40 each. Interesting. 3 things I learned after downgrading my CPU. Probably save some power. 3D printed things in the smart home. Belkin shows tech firms are getting too comfortable bricking consumer stuff. This is not exactly on topic, but it is related to things we discuss. What did Belkin break? This is from Ars Technica, and Belkin, hey, cool, it does all right with the edges. little scragglies are actually my hair reflecting in the light. So, Belkin shows tech firms are getting too comfortable with bricking customer stuff. Yes, they I think we're going to need a law for this. Europe has started, but they have not completed the process for this. Let's make it bigger again because, boy, howdy, is this hard to see on this screen. If the iPad could get brighter, or if the text is bigger or affecting the screen, all of those probably would take care of this. On January 31st, the company will stop supporting the majority of its remote devices, leaving customers without core functionality and future updates. An announcement emailed to customers and posted on the Belkin website. After careful consideration, we've made the difficult decision to end technical support for older Wemo products, effective January 31st, 26. After this date, several Wemo products will no longer be controllable through the Wemo app, and any features that rely on cloud connectivity, including remote access and voice assistant integrations, will no longer work. Alright, so at this point, I'll point out that this is why I like Home Assistants or anything similar that allows you local control of the devices without the internet. Like direct over a radio, direct over Wi-Fi is fine as long as the Wi-Fi is able to be direct in the house. I had a air quality monitor that worked for a long time from Aware, super expensive, and then only got more expensive. It didn't ever go down in price. There were two of them. One was a little mini device that would go in other rooms, and they came in on both sides of this debate. The little device, they bricked it, and the bigger device, they had a streaming API that you could access locally, and until the device itself stopped physically powering on, I was able to stream my air quality directly to my Home Assistant server, and I didn't need them for anything. And then it broke. And like I said, their price kept going up, and it didn't have all the parameters I was interested in, so I haven't replaced it yet. I've got a couple air quality monitors in other things that are even less useful than that one, but they were free, so I'm using those for other stuff. But like for instance, in the living room, there's a air filter that's got some stuff in it. I'll use that to drive a much bigger filter I've got in the living room. But all of those are working without the cloud. And with the cloud. The cloud was easier to set up, so I used that, but the other one had a much cleaner output directly, just a stream that the server could dial into and eat it, and that one was a dream to work with, but these other ones you have to do extra stuff to make it happen, so. I don't mind if it's hard, I just mind if it's not an option. So, the 27 affected devices have last sold dates that go back to August the 15th, and as recently as November of 23. So yeah, you buy a piece of your house, you expect it to last longer than 2 years. And a couple months. 31st of January from November of 23. Yeah. The announcement means that soon features like the ability to work with the Amazon box or the Google box or the Apple Assistant or the other Google box in your phone will suddenly stop working. Just poof, gone on already purchased devices. Microsoft did it well with the when they killed Cortana. They gave you back the entire purchase price of the device. They gave you a Bluetooth update so that the device would still work as a Bluetooth speaker. That was the way to handle it. Who else canceled some stuff and gave us money back and did the right thing-ish? Microsoft again.
I do miss Cortana and Skype.
Yes. And then Microsoft again. There was another one besides Microsoft that did the right thing like this. But Microsoft did it 3 times in a row. Google kind of halfway did the right thing when they canceled Stadia. They gave you an update to your controller so you could use it as a controller, and they gave you back a bunch of the money from the service, but not all of it. It didn't feel as bad as the other times that Google ends something, but typically Google's ending a free product, so they just tell you to stuff it.
The other one is where they bought the Microsoft things to the store,
Mm-hmm.
and then they stopped doing the videos. So I've got the ones I previously bought, but now I've got the money sitting there,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't buy any more videos. So I can only buy other stuff from them there. So
Oh yeah, when
I
they
mean,
had
that really
the
sucks.
content stores, yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So now it's the money's sitting there, and you'll see it on the top.
Yeah.
I've got about 50 quid there.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it's 100 quid for an Xbox headphones, which I thought, what's the point?
Yeah.
And I thought, well, what else can I do with this now? So just 50 quid sitting there, and I can't do anything with it.
Absolutely. Yeah, they need to do better with this. I mean, I get that stuff can't be supported forever, but when they make stuff, they have to have a wind down plan. It's getting out of hand. Especially like this one right here, November 23 to January of 26. If it was a light switch or anything really, 3 years is less than 3 years is nothing for support. You've got Samsung and one other Android maker talking about 7-year software support. That's reasonable. Apple doesn't really give you a guarantee, but they tend to support stuff for a while too. We've seen that Microsoft will try to do the right thing one way or the other. And I know there's a cost to it, and you don't have to be a mega corporation to be able to do this. You just have to have a little bit of forethought. And yes, that's going to make your stuff cost more. Yes, you're going to have to spend some time on thinking about what to do when we're gone. It sucks, I know, but that's why you have, like life insurance and stuff. You gotta think about it on a personal level. As a company, you should be treating your customers with the same level of respect. Not just leaving them in the lurch. And then even if you hadn't planned all that stuff, you see the everything's running out. You've got 4 more months of money left before you go out of business. Respect your customers. Come up with a plan that they can use their stuff without your servers. It may not be as good, but if you're out of business, that's fine. Or say you're not going out of business, but this thing you have to divest it. We're gone. Spin it off into its own company and have its own wind down plan. Or be really honest and upfront. Like, hey, we built this thing for 10 million users. We got 1,000 of you. We love you all dearly, but we can't sustain this. Here's our plan to do our best to make it right by you. Your stuff won't become e-waste overnight. Here's what's not going to work. Here's what is going to work. And then if you want to set up your own server, here's a copy of our code that you can run on your home server or your PC or whatever you've got. Everybody's got an old computer or tablet or whatever they've got in the corner now that could probably run some of this stuff. Obviously, like the AI cloud stuff, some of it's a heavy lift. Some people have got the equipment for it. Some people don't. But if it's something as simple as, hey, we know when the sun's coming up, when the sun's going down. It's like, hey, here's the last of the code. We're not going to maintain it anymore, but here it is. Put it up on GitHub. The nerds will take care of it. And I don't know if it was like a something that controlled your outside lights or something. You would need to know when the sun is up and the sun's down, even if it doesn't have a sensor. We're getting, as the headline was, we're getting too. The tech firms are getting too comfortable with bricking customers' devices. Yes, we're getting too complacent and allowing them to do this to us. So it's bad on both ends. Okay, let's see next. A good example of one way to handle this correctly is, you bought a Tesla in 2012. Still works today. It might not get any of the new features. They haven't taken anything away. I like that. Versus, look at the Nissan Leaf and the car wings. They gave you a choice. They gave you a choice of upgrading to the new radio, or not. And if you didn't, then half your car would stop working. Which is, say half your car, but the stuff you touch in the car would stop working. But they gave you a choice. Versus, there was another car brand. I am not recalling the name right now, but we did talk about it on the show. They looked at the 2G, 3G transition as, oh, you bought the car, even if you bought it last year, that's on you. And the 2G transition happened, and their new cars kept working, and their old cars stopped working. That's how you don't handle it. Stop working and being updated. Removing the simplest way to control the Wemo products, including connected to Wi-Fi, monitoring usage timers, and activating away mode, which is supposed to make it look like people are in an empty home, and turning the lights on and off randomly. And of course, at the end of the updates, technical support has security implications for the affected devices as well. Yeah, the security is a problem as well, but if they said, hey, here's our code, publish it on GitHub, people could do something about that. And if they said, hey, here is the legacy version of our app. It's unsupported. It works on whatever the current version of Android is, the current version of iOS. We're not going to touch it. But there it is. You can use it until it fails. That is better than what they have done.
I was thinking about the Fisker when they went
Fisker,
on
exactly.
the people needed to, when they need the stuff to make things work.
Yeah.
So if it was opened out to everybody, then people could fix it.
Yeah, that's what they need to do when they finally finish winding down. Right now, you can get your warranty work through them if you can get a hold of them and hope they don't close down the place you've gone to. You can pay for stuff that should have been free, and but eventually that's going to end. Like when they run out of money and they stop paying the last person to do that, they're going to need to put some of this stuff out there so their customers can do the right thing. Because a car should last considerably longer than what these people have done with this light switch, which also should have lasted longer than it did. I mean, this goes into your house, into your walls. You can't be changing them out all the time. I mean, you can if you want to, but you shouldn't be expected to. People will still be able to use the affected devices if they configure the products with Apple HomeKit before the 31st. So yeah, so at that point, you've got the ones on the shelf that they can't be adopted into the program. So HomeKit is another one that works pretty well, and Home Assistant has a connection to that. And then you've got, in addition to HomeKit, you've got Matter and Threads. So if you've got implementations of those items and they aren't cut down substantially, then I don't feel as bad about that. Assuming that that it'll work. Like you don't have to, like if you have to reset the device, it should be able to reset back into that Matter and Threads HomeKit. Same thing happened with the Stadia controllers. If you didn't get your Stadia controller run the update before a certain day, then you were kind of SOL in getting it back to be just a controller. But that was not unreasonable. They gave you, 8 months to turn it into a controller? 4 months? If it was on the short side, but it still worked.
It's like I got a message the other day. They said by the 8th of August that Facebook is going to make all your posts public. I said, no, I don't want this. I said, no.
Right.
They're making stuff just like you did on YouTube, making all your stuff that should be private public. That's not right.
Right. And that's another one. You got to give people time before you make these just changes like this. And thankfully, Facebook did take a little more time than they could have, but ugh. 4 Wemo devices will not be affected and will continue to function as they do today through HomeKit. Those products are the Smart Light Switch 3, the Stage Smart Sense controller, and the Smart Plug with Thread. Well, Thread, yeah, that was Thread is in the name, so they meant to use Threads. And the smart video doorbell camera. Ooh, I would be pissed if I got a video camera and it lasted less than 3 years. All except the smart doorbell camera were based on the Thread protocol. So, at least the engineers did the right thing, even though the company was being bad to their customers. In Belkin's best interest, Belkin acknowledged that some people who invested in their products will see their gadgets rendered useless. For any remote devices you have that are out of warranty and will not work with HomeKit, or if you are unable to use HomeKit, we recommend disposing of these gadgets at an authorized e-waste cycling center. Wrong answer, Belkin. You should have said something like, here's a coupon. Here's a gift card. Doesn't expire, ever. Or 3 years of expiration date. Belkin started selling the Wemo products in 2011, but said that as technology evolves, we must focus our resources on different parts of the Belkin businesses. I get started in with Wink Home Automation, and they did something similar where they went paid. They didn't close it all, but they went paid. And they were free, and I didn't pay. That's how I got with Samsung. What's Samsung call theirs? But then I was like, well, this is the cloud again, and then they went through a version change on me, and I was like, yeah, this is not it. That's why I ended up with Home Assistant. And who's the other one? This little square plugs in on my network. I really hated their interface because it was like old school Linux, just raw functionality with no interface. Home something. Didn't like that one.
I was thinking about when I said to my grandmother that said if that's got air temperature and quality, and it also opens and closes the greenhouse, the window on the top, and she can see it from the base station inside.
Yeah.
Is that a similar kind of device?
Yeah, you can do that with Home Assistant. Yeah, you'll get a window actuator, and you'll get a sensor. Or if you just want to use the air quality in her area, you can just do that over the internet and just have it open and close based on that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, because she looks at the greenhouse temperature, and she can open the vents from the house and see the temperature and the quality things. She can open and close it.
Yeah. I've got some SwitchBot devices that will do that nicely. Both the control and the sensing, and then you just hook it up with either their app, which again, I'm not about the apps. You can hook it into Home Assistant and have it control it. Belkin currently sells a variety of consumer gadgets, including power adapters, charging cables, computer docks, and Nintendo Switch 2 charging cases. Don't get it with the cloud, as we see with this. For those who follow smart home devices, Belkin's discontinuation of Wemo was somewhat expected. Belkin hadn't released a new Wemo product since 23, when it announced that it was taking a big step back to regroup and rethink about whether or not it would support Matter in Wemo's products. Well, they got it in some of them. Obviously, the 4, 6 that we just read about. Even with that inkling that Belkin's smart. Oh, and another one who just went off and did the wrong thing. Google. They ended the Nest Protect, the smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors. They're like, hey, here's First Alert or Kitty or whatever. And they are not the same thing. Even close.
Oh, I'm just thinking about, I've got that Bluetooth FM adapter, which has got the phono connector and the USB. Mm-hmm. They bricked that. That was a Belkin one. Mm-hmm. And also I had the surge protectors. Both of those exploded. I got 2 of those. They both exploded. I lost everything that was plugged into that. Yeah. So there was 8 devices on each of them. So I lost, say, 16 devices in total. Oh, I really don't want to buy anything from Belkin ever again.
Yeah, they used to be really high quality, and now it's like they're a shadow of what they used to represent. I had a pair.
They also didn't. I was going to say they also didn't respond to my claims with the surge protector or anything, so I got nothing from them.
Oof. I had a pair of Casa is TP-Link. Got a pair of TP-Link not surge strips, but like power strips with they were smart. One of them shorted as I went to go plug it back in and use it again, and the other one they didn't tell me it was dangerous, and it wasn't sparking, so it's fine. But I bought them at the same time and used them the same way, so I was apprehensive if it would work or not, but it was fine. They are cloud only, so I need to find one that does that. It's built more robustly and has got a side channel. I don't mind it having the cloud. I just don't want it to be cloud only. Or if they're going to be weird about it and start, charging or whatever, give me a local copy, and you can charge all you want for somebody who doesn't want to bother running a $20 used computer or $35 Raspberry Pi brand new. Even with that inkling, Belkin's smart home commitments may waver. No, really? There's a little comfort for people who have to reconfigure their smart home system. Yeah. But thankfully for some of those people, depending on if they only bought those 4 devices, they've still got a connection. Smart bricking is too common, yes. Belkin is the one they're complaining about, but Belkin is not the only one, as Robert and I have just mentioned a few times now. Belkin's abandonment of its Wemo products is the latest example of IoT company ending product support and turning customer devices into e-waste. The U.S. Public Interest Group, PRG, nonprofit, estimates that a minimum of 130 million pounds of electronic waste has been created by expired software and canceled cloud services since 2014. Good gracious. Louis Gutterman, director of the US PIRG education funds designed to last campaign, said in April. What Belkin is doing is becoming a way of life for connected device makers, suggesting that these companies are getting too comfortable with selling people products and then reducing those products' functionality later. Yes. Because they don't always cancel it. Sometimes they turn stuff into a paywall, or they make stuff not as functional as it was when you got it, or don't ever let it live up to what they did promise. We always warn people that, hey, when somebody says something is coming, plan on it not coming, and then we fall for it ever again. We all do. Excuse me. So, yeah. I know what I was going to say about that. Louis Rossmann is a good champion for these companies doing the right thing, and for us being able to find a way around their the official term right now so far is enshittification, where the internet and the things just get more poopy as time goes on, and it's because things cost money. Like if they come up front and say, hey, this is our price, and we have to change the price because we miscalculated it, that's one thing. But if they say it's free forever, free for life, what you need to do is draw a line in the sand. Hey, you bought it before this day. It is what we promised. You bought it after this day. We're going to charge you for it. It's better than shutting it down, and it's better than pulling a bait and switch rug pull on your loyal customers. Become Away Live. Belkin itself pulled something similar in April of 2020 when it said it would end of life of the Wemo Netcam home security cameras the following month. Oh, they give you a 1-month warning? It's dastardly. Belkin eventually extended support until the end of June 2020. Not much. At the time, Forbes writer Charles Radcliffe mused that Belkin may never be trusted again after this story. It was their first warning, wasn't it? The bell tolls, huh? 5 years later, Belkin is telling customers a similar story. At least this time, its customers have a more advanced notice. And some cases, some devices that actually can survive it. IoT companies face fierce challenges around selling relatively new types of products, keeping old and new products secure, competitive, and making money. Sometimes companies fail in those endeavors, and sometimes they choose to prioritize the money part. You see, the money will come if you treat people well, if you start trying to kill the golden goose, they will respond accordingly. How much did you think you've locked them in? You haven't.
About the company that when they were rented the other one, they at least give the other opportunity to upgrade, and like giving them some money off to help them get into the next one.
Yeah, that's another way to do it.
Not. Yeah. It's a good faith gesture. As you say, so I just think about another company when they were making something and they started selling it and they realised that they were selling it at a loss, and they put it all out there that they had to honour that, and they sent them all out, and it was costing them a fortune until they stopped, and then they redid it, and then the price had to go up.
Yeah.
But I mean, they did honour it at that lost price.
That's the way to do it right there. Another good example, again, is Tesla. If you bought your car before LTE became a thing, the 2G, 3G switchover, the 3G LTE switchover, they would let you, I think it was like $100 at the time for the new module. Now it's much more. But they still let you do it today. Switch the module over to the correct one. They have honored the internet for life for us old customers. New customers pay $10 a month, or I think it's $100 a year. I think they allow you to do yearly on that one. I don't recall. So that's another way to do it right there. Is if there's a technology change, you allow them to get on the new platform for a reasonable fee. Even better if you can do just the part that needs change, like the modem, and then, like I said, maintain what you promised the first people. Hey, the internet for life. Here's internet for life. But all the new customers, hey, here's this is what we need to maintain the service. Please do that. And they're getting it because they were upfront and went about it the right way. One reason tech companies feel so emboldened to pull support and features from consumer devices is the general lack of awareness that among people that this is even possible. Consumer Reports says that approximately 2,130 American consumers surveyed, 43% of the respondents said that when they last bought a connected device, they were unaware that it could lose support. With people constantly buying products that stop working as expected a few years later, activists are pushing for legislation that would require tech manufacturers to tell shoppers how long they will support smart products they sell. In November, the FTC warned that the companies that don't disclose how long they will be supporting connected devices could be violating the Manson-Moss Warranty Act. Yes. Although, that's this FTC, so they have the teeth and they have the mechanism, but will they have the enforcement and follow through? This administration hasn't shown that they can give two craps about the little guy, so what I would suggest is if this gets you, hopefully that they have left themselves liable and you have a good lawyer on retainer or a pro bono guy to make this right. That's going to take from what we've seen everywhere else where, and the common people here get screwed lately. We can also turn to Europe because thankfully the European Union, they also have some of this going on, and they have yet to been fully captured by their industry like we have and like Russia has. So the benefit of that, just like with Tesla, is rather than have a piecemeal compliance, although over in Robert's area, the kingdom, they they seem to be willing to fully carve you guys out rather than let you follow the EU custom. Thankfully, so far, most of the times the EU has done something, it has gone back the other way and also affected us here in the U.S. and sometimes in the U.K. And Australia and Canada to get them to do the right thing as required by law. But this is only going to get worse, and we got to stay vigilant. And it's not just the money; it's not just the doing the right thing and treating us with respect. And on the theme of what we do here, it's the fact that you've got e-waste, something that may not even be able to be repurposed. Like the firmware is locked down, and everything's in a proprietary protocol, and we can't get into it. The only choice is to throw the thing away. It's still perfectly functional, and it's not even 5 years old, and it's not getting hacked left and right. It's like, well, it didn't save us any money, and now we're buying things again, and now we're wasting those resources. You know, plastic, metal, precious metals, rare earth magnets. I mean, not that rare earth is that rare, but you don't want to waste it. I mean, I get it if it's a 30-year-old device. People still bringing those back online, but they got to do better. I mean, like, I can buy one of those old no-tech cars and get it back on the road today if I wanted to. I could even, because it is no-tech, I could even convert it to an EV and then really bring it back on the road the way I like it. But I'm also about crash safety, so I would not do it. With people constantly buying products that stop working as expected years later, activists are pushing for legislation. Yeah, we talked about that. There's no simple solution. Yeah, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be one size fits all, but put some effort into it. That's all we're asking. It's alarming how easy it is for smart makers to decide that your property won't work. There's no easy solution to this problem. However, the lack of accountability carried by companies that brick customers' devices neglects the people who support smart tech and companies. If the tech firms can't support the products they make, then people and perhaps the law one day may be less supportive of their business. Smart businesses have many challenges for that, but for the sake of innovation, they hopefully will overcome. It's hard to watch customers shouldering the burden in the meantime. Agreed. Oh boy, these comments are going to get spicy. Wemo integration for Home Assistant communicates via LAN and should continue working as far as I can tell. I've got a couple of their three-way switches and won't replace them quite yet, but when I do, I've been generally happy with the Neros stuff elsewhere and will likely get those. So according to Fredo Douchebaggins, this is a real username, if you get the stuff connected before January, it may still work in Home Assistant. And it's got 103 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down. So I recommend boxing them up and shipping them directly to Belkin headquarters. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. Just make it inconvenient for them. So if they wanted to trash your stuff, here, you can dispose of it. In fact, if you get enough people in your area who've got it, you can do it free. Just get it all together, get a couple of pallets, and just drop it off at their front reception desk. Tell them you don't need to sign for it and you want it delivered at night. What are they going to do then? My simple solution, any device that requires a company-owned server or relies on company-owned updates must, at the end of its lifetime, release their source. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Release their source and unlock the firmware to allow owners to seek their own alternatives. Easy peasy. Yeah, that's not unreasonable. I started seeing people steering people away from Wemo after their kerfuffle with insecure devices a while back. Notably, their initial reaction was to tell clients to buy a new device instead of patching security flaws. So it's sad to see it come to this, but I felt that they wanted a quick buck, business as usual. Came here to say just this. There are lots of hobbyists out there who would take over devices like this. Of course, that takes away the planned obsolescence bump that IoT companies get out of stuff like this, but they fight it tooth and nail. And yeah, if you do this, and your new device is that much more compelling. People will still switch. Not everybody, but the people that you switched away from, if you said, hey, this is our planned obsolescence, we're going to stop this thing in 2026 December, you bought it in 2023 and you knew this, okay, I would have paid a appropriate amount for it, and then you still support it until 2027, 2028, and wow, they did the right thing. And I still got what I promised. Here's I can still use it offline, and 1, 2, 3 features that they called out aren't going to work, but I knew this going into it. Give people some credit. You'd be surprised how smart they actually are. I'm curious if enough Wemo users are also knowledgeable with firmware modification and reverse engineering. It'd be cool to see some kind of open source firmware for devices a la OpenWRT. That's another possibility, but we shouldn't be forced to hack them to make it work. They should just give us a way to get into that mode when they're done with it. Even nicer are the ones that let you do that while they're still fully supported. QNAP is a line of turnkey network attached storage devices that they'll let you run your own stuff. Obviously, you won't get warranty support on the not their stuff, but if you want to run it your own way, they let you do it, no problem. I'm not going to say anything revolutionary, but that's why I use Home Assistant and try to buy products that can be connected via Zigbee or more recently Matter. Yep, I've still got some Z-Wave stuff too. Similar experiences have taught me. Yes, burned me a couple times. I'll learn. That's why I resist investing in smart home products. No, that's not. I mean, and that's the other problem right there. Is that if you're not aware of the alternatives, that's what people end up doing. Is like, oh, I don't want anything smart. Like with the TVs, I'll use a smart TV, but I don't need any smart TV stuff. I've got devices that will do it. But I've got devices that will do it, and I know that. Other people don't necessarily know. Oh, if I want to watch this stuff on the TV, I can get a dumb TV and still get it on there easily.
I had that before when I told you the Toshiba. They took away apps and made the TV, as you say, practically a dumb TV. There's only YouTube and a couple of other apps on it now.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to keep using the TV until it's done, and then I'll think about what else I'm going to do. But
and then you just whenever they stop patching the bugs, then you just disconnect it from the web, and it's all good to go. Some people will pay extra for corporate, not really corporate TVs, but corporate displays, so they don't have any of the smart stuff on it, and then they can hook in their devices of choice. Plus, you get some of this stuff, depending on how much you want to spend, they get like the digital signage, like you can have a weather overlay as you walk by. It can be a mirror, or not everybody's looking into it. They just want a TV, but I think that the TV without the extra stuff shouldn't cost extra. It should be less because there's. Now that's not how it's going to work, because the new ones they sell data about you to people, so the one without that would actually cost them more money than the one where they're selling you like sheep, but it still I think should cost less without the extra processors and stuff in it. So, but that's just me, or at least in the realm, like make it, but I don't have to buy the business one to get that. Come on now. No solution is mandatory expiration dates on all products that depend on external servers. This light switch is guaranteed to work until 2035. 100% refund. Yes, 100% refund. If it fails to maintain support for that time period. Maybe it will change some attitudes when people can look at a box and say, look, these buttholes will only stand behind their product for a year. Or it may be, cheap enough or good enough that, hey, it's worth it to try it for 1 year. Or, the retailer has got a discount on it. And it's like, hey, it's got a 1 year expiration date, but actually it wouldn't even be a year, because by the time the retailer's got it on expiration date, it's going to be like, hey, it's only good for another quarter, but it's only $9. I'll buy it for $9, depending on what it is. Ishmael says, who uses the Project AI? No, we're not going to crypto here. Let's see.
Oh, I think
Yeah?
the other thing about the external box, the Fire TV, They were taking apps off that were using people's data, but also it was listening to people through the mic part on there as well. So
Yeah,
so that was the thing they stopped.
yeah. Some are using the microphones. Some are like taking pictures of your screen. Like even if you're not watching stuff on the smart TV, like if you're using an external device or if you're playing a game, some of them are watching that. Very few of them are doing this, but some of them are even watching your cameras. So be mindful of what you're doing in front of your TV. If your TV is one of the few that's got cameras, I would invest in some of those slidey laptop webcam covers if your TV's got cameras, and just leave them always in the off position unless you're going to use like the video chat or whatever. Then get up to the TV and swipe it open and chat, and then close it back. If you do that a lot, then I would invest in a motorized laptop lens cover thing. It wouldn't be for a laptop, but it'd be like like for a conference room or something, and then just tell it that yeah, I'm about to start my chat, and hang on a second, I am taking care of something there. Perfect. I think I clicked the button. I don't know if it actually took effect. Cool, it worked. Suddenly, every tech company would magically have the capacity to unlocking this stuff at the end of. Oh yeah, yes. I agree. The minimum obvious regulation would obliterate this issue. When we've allowed this to happen so long that people feel helpless. It could simply be that if you try to come to market with bricking as a business plan, that is now considered fraudulent, and the cops will come shut it down. Suddenly, every tech company would magically have the capability of unlocking this stuff at end of life instead of locking out. Not every company. There are like one or two man teams, and like maybe they don't have a bust clause and somebody just dies. But that should be exceptional, not what we've all come to expect. In the meantime, I think there needs to be some sort of fund to bankroll lawyers to go after big class action lawsuits every time value is stolen from products that have been purchased. Not just total shutdowns, every time an update removes even a minor feature. Yes. Speaking of the Nests again, the Nest Protect had a wave to disable the smoke. You didn't have to sit there and fan it or whatever. If somebody burned something and you were sure it's okay, you could wave at it and it would silence the alarm. And that got removed very quickly under the guise of safety. And yes, it was a safety issue, but there were ways with the existing software suite, sensor suite, that they could have determined that it was intentional and not a kid playing in the kitchen or a dog wagging his tail about the smoke. The dog wagging his tail is quite low to the ground, and kids playing around, you could just do something like you gotta wave and say, hey, it's okay, I burned the steak, or whatever. It has audio sensors because they listen to each other. If during the monthly test they listen for each other. It was not impossible to solve while still being compliant with safety regs, being a safety device. But that's just one example of features getting removed. And that one's not even that small. Let's see. Every time a feature, no matter how minor, the company could get bogged down with well-funded lawsuits. I'm utterly unsatisfied with the it is what it is approach to managing all of this waste and abuse. Society should take a hard line with this stuff. It's ultimately BS. Agreed. As usual, Habitat. That's the one I didn't like using. Habitat. I've got one. It's nothing wrong with it. I just really didn't like the interface compared to Home Assistant. I've got one if anybody wants to buy it off me. It still works. I've kept the firmware up to date. As usual, Habitat has local connections with the community driver. I've got a bunch of Iris stuff. Home Depot's discontinued. I've got some Iris stuff too. Home Depot's discontinued exclusive brand off eBay for cheap when I got into the smart home stuff. Our staff was constantly seeing people mention Home Assistant in these types of shutdown articles. Sometimes also people other than me mentioning Habitat. I really think it would interest readers to start mentioning these types of options in articles themselves about on a regular basis. Absolutely. And so Habitat's asking, or not Habitat, but somebody on Habitat, they deleted their comment, but it's still there. Or but the user deleted their account. I don't know which. Can Habitat talk to Wemo switches and dimmers locally? And I'm guessing the answer is yes. This appears to be in bed. We'll go to it because it's done enough on this comment. After this guy. Certainly not a fix-all solution, especially for non-technical customers. Yeah, I fully get that. But if they know going in, they can say, hey, kid, it said this thing when it's out of support. I've got 1 more year left. I need to know how to work this thing. Can you teach me? Or, hey, this other people have the same thing. I just screw it in, and it's got the app. It costs this much, and I knew this was coming. Non-technical consumers, but it's almost no scenario where any device can be supported indefinitely. We understand this. There should be some requirement the firmware and app code be placed in escrow or something. Yes. If a device, escrow is even better because in the case of that guy getting hit by the bus at the 2-man company, it'll just unlock because there won't be anybody there to push the "we're still here" button. Escrow or something. If a device is discontinued, the code is released under some non-commercial license that prevents resale but permits communities to keep devices useful however they may choose. The lack of formal support is less critical overall than the bricking, but some solution that addresses both would be ideal. 100% agree with a similar sentiment expressed above, but overlapped while I was typing. All right. Oh, okay, cool. It spans without. So it could be maybe 1 or 2 more. I know it's popular. There are enthusiasts who built an entire house around them. I may switch to Z-Wave modules. I would go with the other one. Is Z-Wave the one I like? Hold on. I gotta look at the icon to know which one I like. That's terrible, I know. Because I have them both. The Z-Wave and... What? What's up? Spider?
Yeah, there's spider in my tent.
In your tent?
Yeah.
Oh. Mommy gonna take care of it for you?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I can...
And they have a long nail.
It had long nails?
Yes.
The spider had nails? Wow.
Yes.
Oh, see, there's a update for a router that I use only as an access point that they've got in here. In Home Assistant. Temperature bug fixes and a new uptime sensor. This is community support.
I'm gonna hit him.
You want to hit him with your sister's toy? That's not very nice. Okay, so... Is that ASUS themselves, or is it community? It says buy me a coffee, so it's certainly not ASUS. So it's the community. They've got a... they've added in temperature bug fixes and a new uptime sensor for the ASUS router. And it's going to require a restart because of what it is. I was in here looking for integrations, devices, and services. Zigbee is the one I like. Z-Wave works, but it just has less support for Z-Wave, at least here in this country. Anyway, I may switch to Z-Wave switches, but wouldn't mind saving the cache. Yeah, exactly. I've been using an app called Home Automation Manager, which can bypass the cloud and control Wemos locally. Can Habitat do the same thing? Well, if they can, then yeah, Habitat and Home Assistant can do it. And if you do it before January, you're not in as bad spot as some other people. All right, so let's go on to the next prospective notebook entrance. So I should see an Ars article. There it is. And the Pixel 230 aims to be a practical mini caravan for your year-round use. That sounds interesting. A mini caravan is either going to be a camper in Europe or a small minivan. We like minivans, don't we, Highlander? I started managing my kitchen with this free open source software, and I think I'm not going back. Now, kitchens are somewhat on brand for us, but it's probably some home automation stuff. So we will take a look and see if it's home inventory or if it's it might not be on topic, so we might just splash through it. The Pixel 230 aims to be the perfect mini caravan for year-round use. So it was, indeed, the European word for a camper. And it's bothering us about cookies or sign into our thing or something popping up down there. I didn't ask for it. And it's not on... Okay. Do you want to contribute? Give me some more articles and I might pay for you. That's what I'll say. That's what I say when it's some Midwestern paper that I've never heard of, reporting on something local, and they want me to give them $9 a month. It's like, no, I'm not going to subscribe to the Des Moines Times. Actually, that would be a little bit bigger, but somewhere else in the suburbs of Des Moines, would you like to give us $10 a month? Like, no, this is one article ever. Make some more news and maybe I'll think about it. Simply perfect. So like I said, this was a candidate, but it wasn't one that I've looked at. And I like that there's no tanks in there by default. Hopefully you can have it as an all-electric one. It's really small, but that's not a bad deal for some folks, especially because when it's smaller, you can... Oh, look at that! When it's smaller, then you can... so this is definitely European. You can tow it with more vehicles. Oh, classic. It's got Thetford cassette toilet.
Yeah, cut down cannon.
Yeah, there's a shower. Is that solar on top? No, it's not. It's an awning. It is cute. So it's a little bit bigger than the bed. Here we go, we got the map. A double bed with a kitchen and a shower and a toilet. Or 2 single beds with a table. Or is that what it transforms to? I can't really tell because I don't read the language. It's either one of those things. Either it transforms to couch to a bed or it's 2 beds with a table. Got the awning. It is cute. Got the windows that open all the way. Got looks like a bug screen on the door. Nice. Breezy. I like that. They caught it when the curtains are flapping. Garage door opener offline. Yeah, I had a internet outage followed by DNS errors. I need to go reconnect the garage door. But see, that's another one. So back on the IoT, the Chamberlain / Genie, I believe, / Liftmaster. Genie might not be part of it. That whole conglomerate, they decided they wanted to start charging an astronomical amount for garage door opener services, and it was free. And unlike Tesla, they didn't do the right thing and say, hey, if you've already got one, you keep on using it, because it's not all that hard. Before they did that, they kicked Home Assistant out of it, and the others as well, once they figured out who they were. And then in their own app, they started charging you for the services, or showing you ads. And worse than that, if you didn't want to use their app because you are, like, say, a Tesla or a Rivian owner, you get to pay them a large amount of money. It's not clear if it's per car or per account or what. So what we ended up doing as a community, we switched to various solutions like dry contacts that just push a button, or I use one called Rat GDO, Rage Against the Garage Door Opener, that uses a microcontroller that's got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, hardwire, or whatever connection you want into Home Assistant, or what's the other one that Home Assistant's related to, Home ESP, and a couple others. And it just basically it acts like it's another remote connected to the device, and like hardwire remote. You can open the garage to whatever percentage you want. You can close it to whatever percentage you want. You can add and remove the remotes, the actual wireless remotes. You can lock it so that way, you know, I'm going to be away from home for a long time. I don't want the wireless remotes to work at all. Or, hey, everybody's home and we're going to sleep. We don't want the wireless remotes to work at all. A lot of features that just weren't there. But if for some reason the guy stopped making it, it would be as it is, and you could decide what level of connectivity you want it to have. He's on his like 4th version now. It looks really nice. It's not too expensive. But the other day, there was an outage to the service, not just to my connection, and with that, I was able to use my garage door, even though my Tesla has got just the radio. It acts like another remote for the thing, but for some reason that was acting up, so I was able to just use it because it thinks it's a hardwired remote. Now, obviously, you can't use any of the stuff like Amazon Key and whatever like that, but maybe one day he'll offer that and they'll have a hook into it, but I don't know that they will. Or maybe they'll decide or maybe that's why Amazon is charging now. Maybe Amazon has to pay that stupid fee that Tesla has to pay, and that's why they stopped doing it for free. They used to do it for free to your home. They would deliver into your garage, and if you had a certain Volvo, they'd deliver into your trunk wherever you were going to be parked at, which is kind of cool. That's what we were talking about with the way these companies treat stuff at the end. So Amazon started charging for something that was free. Thankfully not too much, but they do charge per delivery, which is ridiculous. Or something that they had no inkling that they were going to charge for because it has been free and open for almost 10 years. And all of a sudden, hey, by the way, if you want to use this at your car, you got to pay us $300. It's like the machine wasn't even $300. Anyway, Highlander is saying he could tow this with his minivan. That is right. Alright, so let's go out of the pictures and see brief overview of this thing. It's ultralight, it's 230, designed for year-round use. That's rare. Usually these things are built as cheap as possible, and they don't even really want to use them for a whole season, let alone a whole year. All the basic functionality you can fit in a compact footprint with eye-catching style. It's small and basic. It's priced to match. You can add affordability to that long list of pros that it has working in its favor. It's from a German company called Wanwang Park Pinburg, yes, and it's exclusive to Europe, of course. Wanwang Park Pinburg, which translates into Pinburg Park Caravan, doesn't build the 2 compact travel trailers they sell themselves, but they work with manufacturers who apparently produce them under an exclusive contract. Hey, it works. Contract manufacturing is a thing. All you need is a good set of blueprints and some nice. Oh, okay, so it's a day and night. It's not it's not 2 different ones. So daytime you get a bed. Daytime you get a table and 2 couches, and nighttime you get a bed. Yeah. So, those of you in Europe, take a look. If it's your style. We are going to go on to the next one, though. Interesting. I don't know what I started driving off my house. gas. Maybe somebody turned around in the driveway. Maybe my wife has a visitor. I don't know. She didn't say she was expecting anybody. Alright, so again, I'm looking for the icons. There we go. Alright, so the caravan. I said I wanted to look at the kitchen. Will we actually look at the kitchen? I don't know. Huawei. Barbecue. Plants. Belkin. Oh, there it is. Kitchen. Recipes and meal plans. Track your kitchen expenses. That looks cool. On first glance, I will save it for later. Let's continue on. No, I don't want to delete my history. I'm using the history. History on the device. Looking for icons. There they are. China, NASA, Huawei. Spin waves observed directly at nanoscale for the first time. Plants make sounds of distress. New research shows insects are listening. Ooh, that's creepy. A new tab. Purple USB ports. Like mail. Zigbee Smart Air Monitor. We were just talking about smart air monitors. I will have to look and see if that one does what I want, and then we can talk about it. Commodore 64 is the computer's first hardware release in over 30 years. That one's actually quite a cool story. How Commodore is making a comeback. Hidden home assistant integration worth setting up. NASA just flew through the sun's atmosphere, and what we saw is jaw dropping. After years of testing mesh routers, I found the best one. Home assistant took my barbecue game to the next level. New AI clarifies the origins of Papua New Guinea. Interesting. Commodore 64 competitor, almost. Give me my screen back. My screen decided it was going to sleep and to take the camera with it. Does it come back? Who knows? Wow, it moved everything around. Stand by. It also closed my window. Jerk. Okay, so I see that one. Where's the other one? I don't need to verify file checksums right now. You can close that. Broadcaster app. There you are. Yep, so I am frozen over here. So I need to do this. Which is probably going to make it flash again. Did we come back? Yeah, we come back. Ah! It's even better than the other one. If I can find a way to get Mark and Patrick in here easily, this will be great for them. And if I can get multi-stream working on this, which it has, but like I said, I'm not ready to get into. Okay, where were we? We were looking at our tabs before the thing freaked out on us. History. I found that cool kitchen thing. Ice cream? I like ice cream. Are you back, Makato? Welcome back, Makato. You're all wet. Hey, don't touch the mouse. She's over here moving the mouse behind her back. You think you're slick, huh? Yeah, she thinks she's slick. Look at that smile. Yeah, you do. Look at that smile. What ice cream are you getting, Moto? Huh?
I am a chocolate. I am a chocolate.
Chocolate ice cream? Chocolate?
No, I am chocolate. I am chocolate.
Chocolate?
I am chocolate ice cream.
But why are you saying chocolate differently now? You used to say it pretty clearly. Hi, Makazen. Yeah? Why are you wet? You're always wet. A white table? The one you sent me on Amazon? I'm gonna wait for the price to go back to normal. It was ridiculously high.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm working.
Spider-Man. Mommy, you have to put a strong. Mommy, you have to put.
So NASA flew through the sun.
Da, 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 da.
The death of industrial design, the era of electronics today.
You chip. Eat it. You chip.
After years
You
of selling
strong.
same
You stronger, mommy.
Docker containers, HP Reliant.
Or you want to sell, make money. You can sell it.
The U.S. Army has fired its new missile system that rattles China. It's not related to what we're doing here. Browser automation. Home labs. And your daughter asked if you'd be willing to work a shift at a customer service at her startup. Well, the answer is yes, obviously, as long as your daughter's not a big jerk. Right? Right. Isn't that right, Highlander? Okay, let's see. Reliance, Kushki Linux malware, hidden in cute panda images. That's not good. All my Linuxes are not graphical, so it shouldn't affect me, right? I'll have to read it and see. USB-C'ing all the things. I agree. One plug to rule them all. Cannabis and aging. Interesting. 7 cool things with my monitor's USB ports. Ow! Charlie bit my finger. That hurt, Charlie. Ow, Charlie, that really hurt. Ouch. Ow. She's teething. She's almost got her teeth. Notebooks, more notebooks. Engine data displayed live. I don't know if I had an engine, that might be interesting. Making a thermal camera with a Raspberry Pi just got easier. Dietitian rewards the #1 fruit to fight inflammation. Is that an ad? Because I wouldn't have clicked on something like that. Supercharge your home network with these 5 self-hosted DNS servers. Well, I'll definitely look into that. I like self-hosted DNS servers with recursors. Horizon. Don't turn that old system on. First, take it apart. I mean, yeah, you don't want it to burn up, right? Make sure it's been taken care of. There's got to be an ad. There's another dietary supplement, whatever. I don't click on those. Let's encrypt. This 115,000-year-old human footprints are where they shouldn't be. That's interesting. 200 plus hidden proteins that may quietly be destroying your memory. Maybe. How many teeth are you growing, child? I count 4. It should only be 2. Maxon's new mini workstation packs 48 gigabytes of VRAM. Oh wow! Into a CPU under 20 liters. 3D printing. Mini PCs. The Apple Lisa. That's going to be a history piece, obviously. High points. It could be either storage or PCIe multiplexing. Google Gemini. Backed out of a chess match against a 46-year-old Atari engine after suffering a crisis of confidence. Oh, well. So the old software was just so random. It's like, yeah, I quit. This person's crazy. This smart restrooms that can solve America's public bathroom crisis. If it's not on paywall, it's Wall Street Journal. If it's not on paywall, this could be interesting. That was the start of a lot of our weirdness in society in America, was when we started getting rid of the public toilets. Obviously, I wasn't around for that because it started before my time. The site can't be reached. Please pay us. Smart restrooms that can solve America's public bathroom crisis. Throne Labs is betting that Uber-like ratings and privacy protection sensors can lead to a more enduring system. It's like, hey, this guy's got a 2-star in the restroom. He's always tearing it up. Let me see. Restroom that cleans itself, like my daughter's Salt and Pepper Pig episode. So what I want to do now is find out more about this without the paywall. Stand by. Change back to Google search? No, I picked what I wanted to search with. Okay, we got it from the Hacker News. There's a lot of obvious effort to avoid the obvious solution of allow pay-for bathrooms to exist again. That's another possibility, and I know why they don't want pay-for bathrooms, because, well, it's a weird sort of situation that you gotta pay to use the restroom. Oh, there we go. We got a gift link. I knew somebody would get us around this crap. Let's copy this. And then let's see if it is our style or not. Hopefully I don't waste this person's gift link. Page not found. I oughta. Alright, one more time. Let me find this thing. Close that. It's got a limited number of search results. Okay. I'm not downloading the extension. Make sure I'm not a robot. Okay, we got ourselves a little something here. Let's copy this, paste it in here. Hmm? What? What's up? What's up with that? Do you want headphones? They're not saying much right now, but you can talk to them if you want. Are you hungry? You're always hungry. You're more hungry than me. You sleepy? Well, this fat guy, just lay your head down. I'm like a pillow. Yeah. That feel good? Get a little blanket. Close your eyes. Take a little nap. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want headphones? I find it hard to sleep with headphones, though. There you go. Alright, so we need to prove we're human. We're human. Now, premise. When it comes to the prevalence of public toilets, our analysis suggests that U.S. ranks 30th in the world, tied with Botswana. That's pretty crappy. The obvious solution is just build more of them. It doesn't work because new public restrooms quickly become the kind of public facilities we've all had the unfortunate experience of entering the moment of dire necessity and then slowly backing away from. Yes. The only ones that I've found that were really any good were inside of another facility or were on public roadsides where they had a regularly cleaning schedule. So, fix systems that leverage technology to not only monitor and secure bathrooms, but to nudge users to behave themselves well inside. A new approach which can be deployed quickly and at scale even borrows a nerdy refrain from the tech industry: bathroom as a service. Sounds, if it's bathroom as a service, it sounds like somebody is paying for it. In the US, these kinds of loos are currently offered only offered by Washington, DC based Throne Labs. Tell us more. Locked but open. Throne's solution relies on gaining access to the facilities, but in a way that the company's founders insist they remain accessible to all. Users are associated with a unique identifier via an app or text message, so the dumb phones work too. Okay, cool. Let me zoom in a little bit because the text is a little bit on the small side here. Dumb phones work too. Accessing one of these free bathrooms means verifying yourself digitally in a way that isn't linked to your real identity, but can be used to restrict your access if you misbehave. Hey, that's a fair compromise. These bathrooms are a privilege. Throne and other up-and-comers can persuade enough cities to pay for them. An important question since cities are always strapped for cash. Yep. Lock but open. Alright, so we talked about dumb phones work too. In rare cases, those who don't have a phone can get a key card. If you mess up the bathroom, you're giving a warning. And if you're a repeat offender, you could lose your potty privileges. Similar to Uber Rider Score. Yeah, my city requires you to have at least a 1-star to use the restroom. Throne bathrooms also have smoke sensors to detect if somebody smokes in them. Oh, there you go. And occupancy sensors. They may limit any given session to 10 minutes. That part right there, there are enough disabilities where somebody could take 10 minutes just to get to the point where they're using the restroom. And then you got to undo the process.
Some stuff over here that some of the stunts they pulled there, as you say, 3 minutes or 2 minutes before the doors open and expose you in the middle of the street.
Whoa!
And also they charged £4 to go in there, and so people were just gracing themselves. And then the other ones have got the blue lights to stop the drug users using it.
Yeah.
Because they don't see the things in their veins and stuff. But yeah, there's still some public ones you go into, but the library one you have to pay £4 to go in. And as I say, that's a disgrace.
Yeah.
And then the other one in the street, they took the other one away that opens up. I mean, there's still some in England that did that as well. Yeah. So there's people there sitting there, as you say, it's opened, and 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and the door will open on them.
Wow. Islander says he needs another speaker post when he gets back. We'll go ahead and handle that when he comes back.
I tried to give him a speaker came in, but he disappeared again. So when he comes back, I'll give it him again.
Yeah.
I was also sent those other pictures to your ex, and there was the other messages on Facebook. But I saw those new chargers being built, and the other governments are there. I sent those to your ex.
Yeah.
I posted them as well on my own page. But they're under construction on the Island Green, and the other ones are down by the park.
Excellent.
from the NAGSEDs, the government ones. So that there's lots of them popping up now. So there's no excuse now, like there used to be, to not have an electric car.
Exactly. Highlander said that this particular story sounds a lot like Black Mirror episode. It does. It does. Especially the one you're talking about where it opens up on you and just exposes you. The ratings of these bathrooms have been through the roof, he adds. The Los Angeles region's metro system deployed 20 of these and plans to add 44 more in anticipation of events such as the 2026 World Cup and the 2028 Olympics. One of the city's first deployments was at the metro station in MacArthur Park, a densely populated area ravaged by the opioid epidemic. Off-grid advantages. Oh, that's cool. They can go off-grid as well. Bathrooms are entirely... Oh, they are off-grid already. They're entirely off-grid. You might even call them high-end porta potties, though the company's founders wince when you do. Yeah, because it looks like they use water. If they're not using the chemical solutions, then I'm not want to be classified in that same thing as those smelly things either. If you've got like the auto cleaning and stuff that they put in all these preview pictures of this thing. Each prefabricated bathroom has running water for a built-in supply of solar power on the roof and flush toilets that empty into a built-in storage tank. The bathrooms must be refilled and emptied regularly, but the company can monitor use and adjust the service frequency. There we go. I mean, it's connected enough. Why not put a sensor on each tank, right? They can be serviced less often than conventional bathrooms, which are tended on a schedule, and more often if a big event is happening. Okay, so it's a combo of auto cleaning and janitors. That means it's employing people, but also that hopefully some of the nastiest of the nasty they don't have to deal with. Alternatives also leverage smart tech, but they go the route of traditional infrastructure. Quebec-based Urban Blue, for instance, makes prefabricated self-cleaning bathrooms. After every use, the toilet is cleaned and dried at preset intervals. Cascading sheets of soapy water flush across the floor, and there are more than 100 of the company's bathrooms installed throughout North America. Okay, cool. All right, so with that, we are going to go on to the next prospect of what could have been in the show and put it in the show. Let's go to history again. And go to another device. Look for the logos. There we go. We've got that's gaming. We definitely don't cover gaming here. Gold leaf wallpaper in New York City townhouse is ruined by a water leak and a lawsuit. Interesting. 30 injured after car plows through outside. That's not good. AI generated vintage film. Let's don't go together. 5 kVm is pretty cool. Quantum teleportation was achieved for the first time. Interesting. More about notebooks. Brain games. NAS GPU. My NAS doesn't have a GPU. Seagate has a massive 30 terabyte hard drive. That's big. Intel Raptor Lake crashes are increasing with raising temperatures. That's not good. Cool your stuff more. Former OpenAI tech engineers guys would like to work there. PrintGuard is a new 3D open source 3D printing failure detector. That's kind of cool. Trait in speech that foreshadows cognitive decline. Interesting. Lucky data hoarder pays $360 for 8 terabyte Western Digital hard drive and lands 5 more for free. And scores 11 shuckable hard drives. What good fortune. Apple's container framework, hardware, AI generator. 36 terabyte hard drive shows up in refurbished even before retail sales. Pretty cool. Does quantum entanglement in your brain generate consciousness? $156 PC accessory, the best thing I bought for ages. AI that thinks like us. Docker newbies. M.2 slots on your graphics cards. Windows 11, email, physics, Wi-Fi. Elon wants to wipe out TAFE, but now it's better than ever. Subconscious monitors minimalism. Bill Gates. This agent is haunting my browser. Hybrid electric heat pump water heaters. There we go. That's perfectly on brand. Now, is it a press release or is it an article? Let's make this a little bigger here. I wonder if the zoom is per monitor. I hope it is, but it's probably not. Make it bigger. Bradford White releases residential hybrid electric heat pump water heaters. Pennsylvania heating products manufacturer Bradford White Water Heaters has announced a new hybrid electric water pump heater series for residential use. The Aerotherm G2 in 889 liters, 246 liters, and 303 liters respectively. The G9 enables consumers to switch between different operational modes, including heat pump only, electric only, hybrid, standard, hybrid plus, and vacation mode. I would probably be in hybrids and vacation modes. The hybrid standard mode, the company says, combines heat pump efficiency with standard electric recovery rates, while hybrid plus maximizes recovery through using both heat pump and lower heating elements simultaneously, and vacation mode adjusts the temperature to 10°C for an extended period. Interesting. Is 10 enough to keep stuff from growing in it? The lowest capacity model has a uniform energy factor of 3.89, while the highest capacity has a UIEF of 4. And the 246 liter model has a IEF of 4.2. Their approximate shipping weights are 99 kilograms, 134 kilograms, and 127 kilograms respectively. The models come with 6 or 10 year limited warranties for the tank and other components. Built in, Bradford White Wave technology means that the water heater can be controlled via a smartphone app, the company added. Additional features include a small installation footprint, allowing installers to get the Aerotherm G2 up and running in corners or along walls with zero clearance. You're going to need some clearance for it to breathe, be a heat pump. According to Louise Frater, the Senior Director of Product Management, the company estimates that homeowners would save between $300 and $600 a year using the G2, depending on the model. It's ideally suited for homeowners who wish to better control their utility costs. Utility costs, and also, if you're going to do some energy arbitrage, you can kind of have it preheat when it's cheap, or run it on solar, and then coast it out. Alec from Technology Connections likes to use his water heater as a thermal battery. So that was cool. So the next question is going to be how I remember which of these to close for later, because we've already covered them. I guess I can leave this open and use the history of the device itself. Perhaps. Why are you looking at my watch? She's looking at my watch. I'm gonna have to wash it. I'm gonna be all spitty. Oh, there's an article. Smart restrooms. Bradford. New Wi-Fi fingerprint system identifies people without devices. That's scary. Does the Mac even matter? Coming from Macworld, that's quite a bit of introspection. AI, open source, flow battery. Hey, flow batteries, that's on topic. Hacker injects potentially disk wiping prompt into Amazon's AI coding assistant. Oh, wow. An open source flow battery, aside from the potential toxins, is really up my aisle, because, I like to have alternative energy for cheap, not for the prices that these things tend to charge. So, this is coming from Hackaday, and I don't know if it's going to be a vanadium flow or somebody else's flow battery. Let's take a look. And screen turns back on the phone so I don't lose anybody. And we've got an open source flow battery. One of the more interesting ideas for grid energy storage. And after all, the other cool thing about most of these flow batteries is they don't lose capacity over time. They do just stop working 1 year apparently. I don't know how that works, but or maybe they don't degrade as quickly as batteries do. I don't know. Yes? What's that? Say again, please. Are you just making noises? You can't repeat what you said? Alright, so this is a zinc iodide flow battery, okay? They just released the design and build instructions. Alright, so I guess I will put the link to this one in the chat for people who want to see that. And then I don't know how I'm going to get it in the YouTube. I'll find a way. Paste. Or not YouTube, but in the purple field is what I'm saying. Paste. Unless somebody wants to copy it from the YouTube chat to the purple pill. So as I find how to paste it. There we go, enter button. And then we'll go, I guess, to x.com. x.com. The broadcast has ended. The broadcast has ended. The broadcast. So it showed every time I tried to start the daggone thing. So I guess I delete them. Am I not logged in? Yeah, I'm logged in. Oh, I'm not logged in because it says follow Kacey. But that's okay. I'm Kacey. I'll just paste this in. Oh, you know why? Because I started this audio stream before I started trying to video stream. So here, paste and go. Yep. All right, so that's in the purple pill. Don't mind that other account. I don't use it for anything. Battery consists of an electrochemical cell divided into two separated halves. That's how a flow battery works, yes. With a reservoir and a parasitic pump on each side to push the electrolyte through the cell. The cell uses brass-backed graphfoil, compressed graphite sheaths as the current collectors, and graphite felt as porous electrodes, and matte photo paper as separator membrane between the electrolyte chambers. The cell frame itself and the reservoir tanks are 3D printed out of polypropylene for increased chemical resistance, while the support frame for the rest of the cell can be printed out of any rigid filament. Okay, so you can, if you can't print that particular material, the polypropylene, you can buy it and then you can just print the rest of it. That's cool. Cell uses open source Pentiostat to control the charge and discharge cycles, and an Arduino to control the peristaltic pumps. You got any stats on the as designed ratings? Kilowatts? Kilowatt hours? If you decide to build try one of these builds, there's a forum available to document your progress or ask for advice. This may have clearest instructions, but isn't the only homemade flow cell out there, and it's possible to make these with very high energy densities. Really? For people who haven't done so before, really leak test any 3D prints designed to store liquids. Yes. Yes. Especially liquids that aren't water. Yes. especially liquids that are electrical. 3D prints often aren't watertight. That's true. There are tricks to make them more watertight, like wax and whatever else. Cool project. Which is why they explicitly state this parts need to be printed with 100% infill and 5 perimeters, and then leak tested, I suppose. That's right. Brownie points if you can dunk it in a resin while in a vacuum chamber. Oh, that's pretty cool. I suppose a light application of acetone would be enough to seal an ASA ABS print. Nope. It gums, dissolves the surface. Then there's no seal. That's right. That's exactly what I do for my hydroponics using ASA. Great success so far, glossy finish and no leaks. Oh, not like it's like a splash, not a soak. How about putting an inflatable bladder inside? Yep, that would work too. Alright, we're not gonna do that. How about putting an inflatable bladder? It doesn't leak. Polypropylene prints water tight quite easily. I'm one of the creators of this project. We use polypropylene for the flow frames, which is one of the few 3D printed plastics that is relatively easy to make watertight. It's printed at 100% infill with high perimeters and some overflow. Yeah? Yeah, I'm a little hungry too. We'll go for lunch in a minute. Lunch, shoot, go for dinner. Okay. Alright, so with that, I want to thank everybody for your time and patience today as we tried out this new use of our equipment and dealing with the technical difficulties that we tried to get online using our existing software, which is apparently having an outage that nobody else is having, and hopefully they can tell me what went wrong with at least with my account, and we'll probably find out that it was down for more than just me, and hopefully they give us a post-mortem. I want to thank our channel members like Andrew's there with 42 months of membership. Congratulations and thank you. Your monetary contributions make this a little easier to bear. And I want to thank all of you guys again for your time today, for listening in and chatting and participating. And Robert for all of the articles and videos you send, and for you and Highlander for helping out with the moderation, as well as talking with everybody there. And Anders, again, for your time today, because I know it's late over there. So I wish you a wonderful evening and a good day at work tomorrow. And we'll see you over on the Tesla Live show. And we'll catch everybody else on the flip side. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to hit that like button before we leave on YouTube.
Hit the like button on YouTube and on X. And I don't have I did have, but do not currently have the outro and everything on this device. I had them there before I formatted the SD card, because I thought that the SD card could save like it does on everybody else. But no, this one uses an external SSD to save only. So I just got to reload all the assets into this thing, and we might use it again. How did you guys like the quality of it versus the last time I tried using the desktop software, doing it kind of through the
Yes, in the video I can see with your child, it's not going jittery or anything like that.
Nice.
So yeah.
All right, so yeah, I'll look at maybe using this one again next week. I'll get some of our assets in there and see about. Oh yeah. See about what we can do to use some of the features that come with this thing, and like I said, catch you all on the flip side. Thank you. That stopped the record, but not the broadcast. I guess I'll use the software for that because I don't know what I'm doing yet. Hang on. We got this.